think. Don't flinch now, don't even blink. It's just a stream with haunted flair, not a trick or murder lair. Come inside, ignore the cold. The fire's fake, but the vibe is bold. Sign this waiver, seal your doom. Screams await inside this room.
And yes, the decor screams too. Got a mic with feedback crack, cams all glitchy, fears on track. Streaming live from Limbo's gate, with cursed alerts that fluctuate.
Smiles too wide, eyes too bright. Ignore the bones off screen just right. I sing, you click, the chat ignites. One scream earns 10 views overnight.
Disclaimer: no souls were monetized, maybe.
Starting soon, don't look away. Banshees beg you just to stay. Click that heart, unleash your doom. This stream's alive inside your room.
Starting soon, just count to 3. Whisper your name real slow for me. No stars, no bloom, no happy tunes. Just glitch, pop, hell, and dancing ghouls.
Alerts that wail, donations scream.
My mods are ghosts from broken dreams.
They're mostly chill, they joke and laugh.
But cross the line, they'll cut your path. And yes, they take coffee breaks in purgatory.
A folding chair, a witchy brew.
And yeah, that whisper's aimed at you.
We're casual here, no big alarms. Just jump scares tucked in demon charms. Starting soon, the bass ignites. The lights go wild with eldritch rites. If you hear voices, don't you cry. It's just the devil screaming.
You won't die. Starting soon, it's going down. We'll flip your grin into a frown. You click for laughs, now face the beast. You're on the menu at this feast.
My spell book logs your every scream. Clip that moment when you lost your dream. Merch is cursed, the tip jar bleeds. Sponsored now by Demon Seed.
This stream is brought to you by Possessos, the cereal that eats you.
I'm not mean, I'm just obsessed.
With haunting folks who failed the test.
But if you vibe and hang around, we'll drag your shadow underground.
You laughed, you screamed, your lights now fade. We're peeking out from where you stayed. So brace yourself, ignore the shade. Just ride the storm this stream has made. And remember, ghosts don't respect your space.
The lights go red, the screen goes black.
The chat types things it can't take back.
You blink again, the overlay tears. You're now the ghost caught in my layers. Don't say hi, don't drop a heart. That's how the haunting really starts. You came to watch, just passing through, but now the stream is watching you.
You should have read the terms of service.
Mic cuts out, but still you hear.
A lullaby sung in your ear.
Captions show what no one said. A nursery rhyme from something dead.
The chat screams run, but you don't move. You're vibing now inside the groove. You came for chaos, stayed for lore. Now you're part of Stream Corp's core. And hey, free membership for eternity.
Starting soon, don't close your door. You're not on Earth, not anymore. Share the stream or chant a spell. Let's raise the views and raise some hell.
Starting soon, oh what a ride. Your face
Does this work? Does it work? Can you hear me? Please tell me you all can hear me. Oops, offen. Yes, Mama is back. Mama is back with milk and cigarettes. The milk has turned into yogurt by now, but who cares? Who cares? We are back. We are back. What do you mean, nope? Hi, Cloudy. Okay, let's see. Who do we have here? Hello, Platinum. Haven't seen him forever. Yes, I am indeed back. Other dad is back from buying milk. Like I said, it sadly turned into yogurt already. Wayne, thank you. Thank you for the sweet. Truly Feierabend when Dune returns on Friday. True. God, it's crazy. I spent 1 hour trying to get this shit to work. I've been gone for 5 minutes and I forgot how to stream. Can you believe it? Let's say hello to everyone. Hi, Fiery Wolf. Yes, she is back indeed. Hi, Senpai. B. Yes, B. Hi, Portabella. Do you too? And the Orb Block, of course. Hi, Falji. Mom is back. Where's my chocolate milk? Gerald, I fear your Chucky milk has turned into Chucky yogurt. True, remember my cigarettes? Yes, Rocky, I remembered your cigarettes. Don't you worry. Hi, Abyssal Grey. Hello, Rain. Hello, Kick-N. You, my beloved German goddess. And yes, I think I have the right microphone on. Mic check. I think it's the right one. The German lady who lives on my laptop is back at long last. I've been gone for like 5 minutes. Welcome back. Where's my organic chocolate milk? Well, it's organic chocolate yogurt by now, I fear. Dad is back. Hi, Luna Moonty. Missed you all too. It's been a while. Like 5 minutes. You better have been pasteurizing that milk. Did you bring me back any Ninja Turtle toys? Yes, but I kept them all. They are on my desk and they are happy. I have Raphael there. Hey Tusky, thank you very much. And Choco Luis, I didn't expect so many of you to still even be here. I'm really happy to see you all. We missed you, German woman. I missed you all too, Rose Throne. Did I forget anyone? Rose Throne, Blue Jay. Let's milk those ciggies. Medley! Hi, Medley. I come to do. We waited. I'm really happy. Been waiting for you. We're loyal soldiers. Truly, I didn't expect this. I needed an hour to log back into all this shit. Because I forgot all my passwords. Where would we go? Somewhere else. I thought you gave us a Bavarian goodbye. How dare you? I would never do anything Bavarian. You hasn't acknowledged me. They hate me. You know that I hate your name. Trying to find a black dress for a funeral and I'm close to giving up. At this point, honestly, just lie down. We've been in the void for 5 months. It's been like 5 minutes, guys. It's been like 5 minutes. So anyway, I thought a nice topic for coming back because I took one look around trying to figure out what's going on at the moment. Figured that everything is on fire. Like, I'm not even caught up to most things that are currently going on. But I've seen that my favorite, Connor Murphy, he is back. And I thought, you know what? Black from the past. Let's look at Connor Murphy, my favorite guy. What's his history? So you all can get introduced to him. And then we will, maybe, if we get the time today, look at what he's been back with. Cinnabear came back briefly, but everyone shat on her. I'm not surprised. I don't even care that we are being gaslit and I didn't get a high. I'm so glad you're back. I'm sure I gave you a high in my heart, Blue Yokai. Not Turkey Tom, you will survive. So much happened to. A lot can happen in 5 minutes. Crazy. We get a Horror Saturday again. Yes, Horror Saturday will also come back. Hi, Mythic Moonart. Yes. It do. Anyway, let's get started with this. I think we can playback speed. What? I can do it by 0.5 now? That's crazy. Oh, I had to sweep for Turkey Tom and pretend to be in love with him. That's crazy, B. That's crazy. Thank you, random web abuser. Welcome back to Party Parrot, Party Parrot. Yes, Pumpkin. How is he? Pumpkin is great. He's alive. He's alive. He's still fluffy. He's very happy. He got a new comb. Comb. You know what I mean? The thing for the fur. Mac computers can apparently moan when you hit them. Kinky. Saint made me do it. Who else? Who else would it be? Very secret. My German goddess. Microphone check. Yes, microphone is checked. I'm pretty sure it's the right microphone. He's still in his own gaming chair. Oh no. We sacrificed Saint for you. Well, you know what? You know how it is. You know how it be. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a Saint. I was about to go to sleep, but now there's two. Crazy. I knew it. I just waited for you to go to bed. I am creative! Oh my god, how have you been? I've been gone for 5 minutes. Yeah, Cash Saint made me pretend to be in love with Turkey Tom. That's crazy. Anyway. Wait, I can do this. Wait. Since when can you do the speed up by 0.5? That's still amazing. Okay, let's do 0.5. Two lives. Yes, can't wait. Is here alive. Here was my notification. It is here. Hey, Quantum! Wait, I can still do this. I knew I always did the little guy on the head. Wait. Aha! I knew Quantum always got a little guy. I still can do it. I still got it. And your dimension's time zone must be stupid different. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's been 5 minutes.
Destruction into content. That is, until it landed him in a jail cell in Thailand for beating his girlfriend with a golf.
Got this. I got this.
Connor Murphy took himself from a socially inept nerd to one of the most successful fitness influencers
Oh yeah. Subtitles.
on YouTube,
I may be talking to some girls, and while I'm talking to them, Jack's gonna rip off my shirt.
only for his thrill-seeking lifestyle
Gonna talk to some girls, and this guy's going to rip off my shirts, and then they're gonna fall in love with me because I'm so fucking ripped.
to lead him to do substances that permanently destroyed his mind and made him think that he was God.
What's happening?
The usual. Video's a bit loud. Got this. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I got this. I know how to do this.
I'm literally mentally.
Over the course of 5 years, Connor turned his self-destruction into
That better? A little fast too? Quantum! Oh my god, thank you! Thank you, Quantum! Okay, I always did the... Wait. I still got it. I still got it. Wait, where is it? How do I do things? There it is! There it is! Thank you so much, Quantum! It bit. I hope you got me some almond milk. I got you almond yogurt by now. You're about to be bombarded with notices, so love you, chat later. Bye, Cloudy, love you. Okay, anyway. Little too fast too? Okay, okay, I will slow it down. For the slow ones. Let's do 1.3.
content. That is, until it landed him in a jail cell in
Is that
Thailand
better?
for beating his girlfriend with a golf club. So sit back, relax, grab a drink, you'll definitely need it, and I hope you enjoy the story of Connor Murphy.
Perfect. What do you mean, slow ones? For the slow
Long
ones.
before he was getting it on with ladyboys on OnlyFans, Connor Murphy wanted to
What?
be an inspiration for kids who were outcasts, like he was. On the same day he created his YouTube channel, he uploaded an autobiographical
Connor Murphy, natural body transformation. Connor Murphy, shirtless in the mall. Truly inspirational for any outcast.
introduction video explaining what got him into fitness in the first place. According to him, he wasn't the most popular kid at school, and people
I Rorschach. You are not hallucinating. What a sentence opener. Listen, it's how you melt the ice.
People didn't really get along with him.
I was a complete loser in high school and college, but it was way
And now I am an even bigger loser.
worse in high school. I went to a school called Searcy High School back in Arkansas. And man, I was a social outcast, man. And guys, I was a really shy and introverted kid, all right? So I could
Should have stayed that way, let's be real. That is too much extrovert energy for me.
not break into any friend group, all right? I was afraid to talk to people. So I really never made any good friends. I was a loner, man. I pretty much just kept to myself throughout all of high school.
This really bothered Connor to the point where he decided to take up doing bodyweight exercises, which eventually
Forever loser, what an inspiration. Just like me. Why is he in my state? Oh no, Ola!
evolved into playing soccer, basketball, and golf. More importantly, however, he began lifting weights
Of course he was into golf.
as soon as he turned 13 and was allowed to
Never
start
trust a man who's into golf. And even less a woman.
going into the weight room. He stuck to it until he
Fishy has his place of honor still, I see. Yeah, here he has a little. Steven's still alive. Kansas being a red flag is fucking hilarious. It's really that bad. He's in Cali now. The long-awaited return of Mom with the milk and cigarettes, yes. I fear it is not milk anymore, but the cigarettes are still cigarettes.
got to 185 pounds at 17 years old, which is no small feat for a guy standing at 5'8". However, according to his own retelling, this ultimately did nothing
Small.
to solve his social ineptitude.
And I'd actually been training for a few years. I actually had a decent physique, but I was way too shy and humble to even show it off. I seriously wore these bad
I was so ripped, but I was so shy. I didn't want to show off my muscles, guys.
polo golf shirts and these nerdy glasses. So I was like the least intimidating, somewhat muscular guy. And because I was way too shy to stand up for myself, I was actually bullied pretty badly in the locker room, you know, before and after sports practice. You know, I couldn't even make friends with like other dudes, let alone
Why do you want to make friends with older dudes? No, other dudes. I understand older dudes. Can you share the cigarettes with us? Only one. I was so humble, I didn't even come out of the closet. Me. Just like me, for real, for real. You're jacked. Guess what else, you jack? That was how he was bullied.
talk to girls. There was no way I even thought about having a girlfriend because I couldn't even talk to a girl. I was so shy. I could not even have a conversation with someone.
Due to his inability to relate to his peers, he managed to get himself transferred to an extremely active
They're shooky siggies always. Oh yeah, glasses are never attractive until you take them off. Yeah, don't you know the trope from literally every movie with a shy girl with glasses? As soon as she takes off the glasses, prom queen. Who is this? This is Connor Murphy, my boy.
academically challenging board school called the Arkansas School of Mathematics, where he believed he would find like-minded people, basically socially
He can do math.
inept nerds with a 4.0 GPA. It was only when he started actually taking classes there that he found himself once again not fitting in. Despite getting a girlfriend for the first time in his life, he still felt like the odd one out, as other kids continued to
Ugh, guys, I'm muscular. I have a girlfriend. I'm such a loser. I'm really just an outcast.
find him awkward. It's also around this point that he claimed to have plateaued and lost motivation to keep dedicating himself to fitness. Now, usually I do wait a little
Guys, I was a math genius, but then I discovered fitness.
longer to comment on someone's story, but in Connor's case, it's important that I establish a few things
Why
early.
is Connor Murphy making me think of a musical? Listen, he looks like he could be in High School Musical. Hi, Psychic Friend Toy Freddy, long time no see. Anyways, insert random S memes I sent to Julie. Oh no, my steak. It's too juicy. Exactly, that is his problem, apparently. Guys, my girlfriend loves my jacked muscles. I swear. This guy definitely muse. Listen, how else would he get this?
So, first off, Connor
Why does this look like a troll face? I don't.
himself tells the audience that his initial motivation to work out was insecurity. While this is pretty common, it can often lead to delusions, with some people thinking that fitness can solve other problems in their lives, including mental problems, as we'll see later on. What solidified
Guys, why do you have depression when you can just go and lift? Get that leg day in. Beat the depression. Run away from the depression forever.
this omen is that he claims he plateaued at 17 years old. Although this is possible, it's quite unlikely for someone to reach their natural lifting limit
He looked like he would play Evan in Dear Evan Hansen. No, not. Why would you do Evan like that? Poor was lucky. As I had a girlfriend at one point. I think it lasted for a week. A whole week? Crazy. Why are you buying clothes in the soup store? I don't know. Depression can hit a moving object, exactly. Why would you be sad if you are jacked with a GF? Exactly.
That young in life. Immediately after talking about his plateau, he transitioned
Lift those weights, just like you lift the weight of all your decisions.
into discussing changing his mindsets and breaking through the plateau and going from 185 pounds to 205 in a brief period, which, as
pure
many
muscle.
specialists in the fitness community have speculated, means it's very likely that the change he went through was taking steroids.
Maybe it wasn't obvious when he actually was on cycle, but now it's pretty obvious when he's off what he can no longer hold on to or achieve with that lack of hormone support in the system. So,
Given how taboo this topic was during this time,
Oh,
it's
no.
not really surprising that he wasn't super open about his steroid use.
Hi, Burn. Hello. Fitness can help with mental illness, but only to a certain degree, and you do it for your mind, not gains. But if I got the gains, I get the girls. And when I get the girls, I don't be depressy. What about that?
And while there's nothing wrong with doing that stuff on its own, it does become increasingly evident that Connor's main motivation for fitness continued
Nice try, to, but I make others carry the weight of my decisions. You know what? Fair. Fair. His biceps look like this. Shipping you saying my name for the donor sounds. I said it wrong, didn't I? God damn it.
to be his insecurity. After posting this video to show his gains to people online, he proceeded to hammer out what eventually became his main gimmick, gratuitously exposing his mostly naked body in public to get shock reactions from random bystanders. While he did also
Truly inspirational. I have a collection. You know what? It's a good collection. It's a good collection. Connor Murphy is the name of the guy who took a walk in the flower field. You know what I mean? Was it that guy?
occasionally dabble in workout tutorials, it's clear that they were a distant second place to the real meat and potatoes of his content, with him doing artistic pieces as well as social commentary performance art.
Yeah, very my social commentary getting undressed. Listen, I made a study. So what I did, I went out there and then I got undressed. And people looked, oh, what the no, Ulla, please, I don't want pedophiles right on the first day I'm back, okay? Sit down.
Art pieces, such as him half naked while hanging from the ceiling at Walmart.
Imagine you're just going grocery shopping and there's this fucking dude just hanging up there and doing this. I would go back out. You know what? That's not my day.
Or him half naked on the roof of Chipotle. Or
No Chipotle. Oh my god. French, English, Portuguese. Lol. Send me a kiss. H.
Or him half naked
I think you should wait until they say the H.
on Omegle. I think you're getting the point here.
Why? Why? Is that allowed? Is that allowed? Is that not public indecency?
Quickly, his videos ballooned to millions of views, peaking whenever the videos were about wooing girls with his amazing physique. Despite how successful his channel was at the time, he appeared to have a pretty good
Scratch said this is why I don't go outside. Because of the deep, deep fear that there will be a man who just starts undressing. I mean, I wouldn't complain if I saw it happening, but I would be confused. You know what? Fair reaction. No, I don't complain, or I'm just asking why.
perspective on his own success. During what was arguably his peak in internet fame, he continued to quietly attend college at Southwestern University in Georgetown, Texas,
Where he also got undressed.
simultaneously majoring in economics and computational mathematics. As if juggling that and a successful YouTube career wasn't enough, at around the same time, he
I'm still surprised he can do math. I'm just trying to have a normal day. What the fuck, man? I'll probably be fine until he started talking. As long as he doesn't make eye contact, it's fine.
revealed that he continued to dedicate himself to golfing, going as far as to qualify
See? Never trust a man that's into golfing. Or a woman. Or anything in between. Don't trust anyone who likes golfing.
For the World Long Drive Championship, one of the most prestigious events in the sport where the winner stands to get $250,000. Lastly, he was
Okay, if you do golfing to get $250,000, that's fair. That's fair. If you do golfing to get $250,000, then, you know what, fine. Wait, my brother likes golfing. Oh no. Unless it's mini golf, right? Mini golf is fine. It's like the non-psychopath edition of golfing.
preparing to compete in his first ever bodybuilding event to qualify for the men's physique division of Mr. Olympia, eventually placing third. By every imaginable metric, Connor was an overachiever, and his YouTube fame didn't seem to get to his head too much.
Okay, but did you see how fast that shirt came off? Wait, I need to go to normal speed. Imagine being able to undress that fast.
Third. By every imaginable metric, Connor was an overachiever.
Bam!
And
Damn! Do the pants go off that fast too? It's crazy.
his YouTube fame didn't seem to get to his head too much. So what went wrong? Well, in order to really answer that question, we have to look at where his online career was
He
headed.
got stripper clothing. It's tearaway. Oh. What is tearaway? Is that like, does it have buttons on the back so you can just rip it off? Look at the size of that neck.
For context, part of what sent Connor into the stratosphere is that during this time, fitness content was a lot more rudimentary.
Hey, Axis! Hello! No Velcro. What? Who the fuck wears something with Velcro at the back? Can you imagine the sound? Velcro pants! Velcro like this. I know what Velcro is!
Than it is nowadays. Although there were a few channels putting out tutorial videos and giving workout tips, very few people paired fitness with entertainment.
You guys PayPal, Streamlabs PayPal only? Because I only have PayPal. We Germans do not have what else is there? We do not have anything else, okay? She's German. That explains everything.
This meant that anyone who had a sense of humor and some charisma, as well as a good physique, had a relatively easy time finding themselves getting millions of views. The first person to trailblaze this genre was Ziz, who, despite his untimely passing, is often cited as one of the main people who made bodybuilding and aesthetics mainstream. So much so
Europeans don't do credit cards, exactly. I was able to use my credit card during the cat stream. Well, why can't you do it now? Eh? Curse of the European strikes again. Unless you're rich, exactly. I've never seen a non-mildly rich person who has a credit card. Okay, except the people who are straight in debt. My straight jacket has Velcro at the back. Do you always zip it open and close just to hear the Velcro sound?
that he was referenced multiple times by Connor Murphy himself. However, the aesthetics genre wasn't the only
that is like aesthetics now,
springboard that
okay?
sent Connor into popularity, as he capitalized on a much seedier online community, prank channels. For those of you who were fortunate
Oh, I hate pranks. Dude, I will attempt to bully you into playing my soundbite. Welcome back, Franker. Hi, Fishy. I do have a credit card because sometimes I want to order from far away and that is the only option. Okay, true. There's also a problem sometimes when you want to book a hotel and they want a credit card for like security. And it is stupid. Only well-off or financially irresponsible people have a credit card here. Exactly. I read for the hugs. Ah. Who needs hugs from other people if you can hug yourself all day?
enough to not have been on YouTube during this time period, the mid-2010s were plagued by racy and
Is that FusyTube? Is that Fusy?
suggestive prank videos for years on end, with a slew of YouTube channels reaching stellar heights by simply basing their content around groping or kissing strangers on the street. While it is kind of surprising that this kind of lowbrow clickbait slop dominated YouTube for so long, it wasn't without its critics. Ever since the early 2010s, H3H3 Productions parodied that kind of content and made fun of the format to wide acclaim from the YouTube community. In fact, over the years, this kind of video
Honestly, I always hated prank videos because most of them are not even really pranks. It's just like, make people uncomfortable in public. Pranks are supposed to be funny. Do you want me to call her pin request? My options are limited. Yeah, Chris, how dare you?
Became a real staple of H3H3's channel, and pretty much every prank channel they covered soon met their demise, turning into complete laughingstocks. As Connor's unique fitness spin on the
We
prank
can never escape from
format hit massive view milestones, with multiple videos of his getting 20 to 30 million views, and even one skyrocketing to well over 60 million, it was only a matter of
I
time.
wonder if they cut out people asking them what the joke was. Probably. Yeah, you probably have to cut out so much when you did those prank things.
Until Connor's time came. After reigning supreme in the algorithm for a little over a year, in February 2017, H3H3 dropped his video on him, which now sits at almost 10 million views.
This guy is a showman, and he's a prankster and a magician.
What are those glasses in the head?
He finds any excuse to remove his clothing.
Bro ate all my eggs in one sitting. No breakfast for me, I guess. You eat breakfast at almost 11 p.m. Crazy.
At the chagrin of all the boyfriends and the joy of all the ladies. Because I got big tits, fuck me.
Within a few days, Connor dropped his version of a response video, but instead of being offended and taking it poorly, he decided to stick to a common trend at the time, which was asking strangers on the street if they'd smash or pass famous YouTubers, and one of the YouTubers he decided
Oh god.
to include was H3H3.
But in light of recent events, I decided the third spot had to go to one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, my idol, Ethan Klein from H3H3 Productions. I've honestly been a long-time subscriber. All of his videos are hilarious, including his recent one.
My idol, Connor Murphy.
Not only did he manage to find a way to turn what could potentially be online drama into more content, but he also got dozens of girls to say that Ethan Klein was unattractive and had a small dick, while he said that he found Ethan sexy. Juvenile? Absolutely. But as far as responses to
You know what? But as a response, that's kind of based. Going on and be like, hey, would you smash or pass this guy? And then just show everyone who said no.
online callouts go, it's far from being the worst, especially since other of H3H3's targets got so
He stares into my soul. Those eyes, they have seen things.
mad about being made fun of that they tried to sue him. As people began discussing Connor
What? Works for they always get sued.
on the H3H3 subreddit, someone who claimed to have gone to high school with him didn't ask me anything, providing a picture of Connor from their school's yearbook to prove it. This school
Oh, he was so bullied. He was such a nerd. He was
who
so
claimed to have gone
ugly.
to high school with him didn't ask me anything, providing a picture of
And he was like, oh, I was so bullied. I was just a small guy. Nerd glasses.
Connor from their school's yearbook to prove it. This schoolmate of Connor's described him as extremely socially awkward, having a lot of anxiety and acne, being socially stunted, and potentially having a
Wait, yeah, he just had social issues. I'm pretty sure he wasn't autistic or anything. Just socially retarded. Then again, thinking about it, he might have mild autism. Bro.
mild form of autism. The same person also said, he was decently smart like the rest of us, but here's something. Connor
You
sacrificed
know, he was like the rest of us. I'm definitely in the least the bottom 20% of people that went there intelligence-wise. But here's something. Connor
the chance to be what is basically the equivalent of a prefect in cushy boarding schools because he wanted to golf and couldn't show up for
Bruh. Bruh. Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to be a prefect on the boarding school because I needed to golf. See? What did I say about people who like golfing?
a meeting to confirm him. It's worth mentioning right now that this is something of a pattern for Connor, as despite being unusually overqualified and competent, he tends to dedicate his attention to alternative avenues. And as we'll find out, he's consistently bad at picking his priorities. Now, in that same month as the H3H3 callout and response, Connor was actually arrested on 6th Street in Austin, Texas.
For what? For walking around naked? I don't want to have a comfortable life. I want golf. Golf is life.
And of course, he was shirtless when it happened. While it's
Oh
always
no.
a bad thing to get arrested, this wasn't as serious of a situation, since 6th Street is known to be somewhat rowdy, since it has multiple bars, and is located near a major university, meaning it's where college students go to get hammered. Fortunately, nothing really came of this arrest, and it eventually turned out that it was all just a setup for a prank, as he had been pretending to get in a fight with one of his frequent YouTube collaborators, Brandon Carter.
Bro, imagine you stage a prank. I don't know why pretending to fight with someone is a prank, but again, no matter. And then you get tackled by officers. Officers, it was just a prank, I swear.
Ultimately, this little stunt also proved pretty fruitful, as the resulting video got well over 6 million views. After these issues following the interactions with H3H3, Connor resumed his regular uploads with no problem, without involving himself in any other bouts of online drama. Not only was his main channel's content doing well, but he also had a side channel where he posted extras
I have a story about a naked guy getting arrested in neighborhood near where I grew up. Ask me sometime. You can just say that, Blue. You can. What's with all these naked guys?
From the main channel videos, and many of these also got millions upon millions of views. For a moment, it seemed like there was nothing that could stop his momentum. However, from 2017 to 2020, his content grew increasingly suggestive and
Shirtless dancing for girls in public. Bruh. Journey to the Mars God? What? I can and I did.
clickbaity as he collabed
It's
with
evil.
more bona fide prank channels and doubled down on the sexual angle
Would girls date a guy after only touching his body?
of his videos. Despite him trying his best to clickbait the audience, his popularity slowly but surely shrunk to a shadow of his former self, with the majority of his videos no longer hitting the million view mark, and the format growing increasingly stale. As his returns were diminishing,
Conor Murphy reveals his favorite position. What?
it got to a point where he had to resort to very explicit packaging in order to maintain any views.
It was like I had to do softcore porn.
The issue with this is, as time went on, a few sort of adpocalypses took place, and past that point, you couldn't really get away with overtly sexualized
Not the sexual suggestive.
content without getting your videos demonetized. So even if he was still occasionally getting some nice views, it's unlikely he was making anywhere near as much money as he used to make in his heyday. While he doesn't bring it up again, this probably would have been a good moment to take a step back from online content creation and go back to focusing on his computational math degree.
No, I will not do math again. I will do golfing and getting naked. This is my life.
Or his golfing, since it looks like he had a pretty promising future in both of those areas. However, it seems that at this point, he'd gotten addicted to the content grind, and particularly all of the attention, affirmation, and money he got from it. But unfortunately,
I need the attention. I mean, admittedly, the short version is this guy was secretly dating a girl in the neighborhood, was on shrooms, stripped, went to the street, and slammed into the door of a lawyer. Oh no! No! Of all the people to slam into the door. Math is for nerds. True. I'm too muscular for math now. Asking girls to spot me prank. Again, I do not see the prank in this.
for him, it looks like all of those were slowly going away, never to come back. This sharp downturn in popularity came to a head in mid-2020 when, after years of trying to grind and spam his way back into relevance, his content prospects suddenly became exceedingly limited due to
Day 1, life under lockdown. Oh no, I can't get naked in public anymore. I forgot that Corona was a thing. The prank is being a public nuisance. Hi, English is my first language. What is the stream? This is a stream on Conor Murphy.
the pandemic, making it so that doing street interview content was nigh impossible. Suddenly, and with no lead-up, Conor uploaded a 9-minute
Cry for help.
video simply titled Goodbye. And the contents of this video are...
I always see YouTubers will say, goodbye. It is my last. I have to cry. I will be gone. And then they come back anyways. Always like that.
pretty bizarre, to say the least.
Guys, just to let you know, again, I've done this in the last few videos. This is just acting, okay? What's happening?
What is happening?
I've gone literally mentally insane over the past few days. I don't understand.
Over the past few days, just? only the last few days, though.
I feel my mental breaking point.
Also, look at those empty ass walls. Only this poster conquer. Only 2 fans.
I used to be so happy when I was a kid.
me every day I look into the mirror. Hi, Ace! Why do you hate me? What do you mean? I was gone for 5 minutes. I was so happy when I was a kid, guys.
The world seemed endless, the world seemed infinite. It was like I could actually be happy. I had dreams, I had aspirations. It was amazing. And I accomplished it all.
I accomplished it all. I was so happy.
Look at my life. I fuck 3 fucking girls a day. 3 girls a day. Do you believe that? Yeah, you do. Look at my YouTube channel. I'm popular. I'm famous. And this doesn't come from...
Guys, I'm popular. I'm famous. I'm so sad. How could you leave me like that? Not even considering my feelings. Sorry. Sorry I didn't message back for 5 minutes. Babe.
You go, this is... because I'm unhappy. nothing that truly matters.
At the time, this was widely taken at face value,
And in the end, nothing even matters.
and especially since this was within a year of Etika's untimely passing, people were still on high alert for content creators having mental health crises. But there's something more interesting happening here, and perhaps more disturbing, that actually reveals itself within the first few seconds of the video when he premises it with the claim that this is just acting.
Again, I've done this in the last few videos. This is just acting, okay?
It's obvious from the lack
This is just acting, okay? Acting.
of his usual glassy-eyed expression that there's some degree of honesty here and not just acting. But why would Connor say that he's just acting? If you're familiar with the huge pickup artistry community that was nearly symbiotic with the fitness community at one point in time, you've probably heard that one of the most common tricks for gaining confidence is simply put, pretending.
Hey, bubonic tonic, yes, it is I am big.
If you lack confidence,
We are
in
watching a
being
mental breakdown.
fit, smart, or wealthy isn't doing anything to fix that, the next step is to create someone else in your mind that is, and then mimic what that person would do. Of course, that requires you to suppress any feelings that you're being dishonest. In fact, if anything, you're encouraged to embrace dishonesty, just as long as it gets you closer to your goals. If that sounds mentally dangerous, that's
What? What?
because it is. If you're lucky enough to not end up with something like imposter syndrome, the end result of that practice can, and often does, result in a self-induced dissociative identity disorder. You dislike yourself so badly that you create an alter ego, and after spending enough time as that alter ego, you can no longer distinguish who you really are or what your goals in life are.
You owe me game time, do. For 5 minutes? Okay, but what kind of milk was it? I got oat, I got full milk. Even a name for Vollmilch in English? Full milk? If it was low fat, I get it low key. Why would you get low fat milk? I need him to put a shirt on right now. Maybe that will heal his mental issues. But I fear that will never happen.
Based on what Connor is saying here, we can clearly see that this is what happened. He first acknowledges that he was much happier as a person when he was his true self, an insecure, nerdy kid who
As a
didn't
kid.
get along with others. Then, he points to having accomplished everything he wanted as a
I
teenager,
was so much happier when I was a loser.
and also points out that it brought him no joy, at which point he proceeds to blame his parents.
My parents have sucked
You know what? When I'm unhappy, I also blame my parents. They birthed me.
away every ounce of happiness in my body.
Jesus!
I've done everything just to please them, just to make them proud, just to make them happy, and it didn't
I wanted my dad to tell me he's proud of me.
work. I started YouTube so he could be proud of me, so I could be successful and rich.
Wanted them to be proud of you. Yeah, maybe don't get undressed in public. That is really known to not make your parents proud, you know. You did not consent to being born, truly.
Children that could have a fun life, but they don't get it.
Now, it's not at all
They could have had a fun life, but they didn't get it. They didn't get it that I had to get undressed in public.
possible that his parents contributed to his issues by encouraging him to see his value as conditional on his accomplishments. However, I strongly doubt that either of them told him, "Son, you have to run a shirtless prank YouTube channel in order to be happy."
See?
It's much
That's
more
what I
likely that they advised him to go to college, which he deliberately set aside to
You know what? No, Mom, I can't go to college. I have to golf. Doesn't ever film gaming hovering his parents. Jesus, Gerald.
focus on his online career. The real issue here, which Connor conveniently sidesteps, isn't that the things he's accomplished are meaningless. The real issue is that the person who accomplished them wasn't actually him, but instead the persona he created. It's not surprising that he can't
That's so deep.
enjoy the things he has when he knows that most, if not all of them, were ill-gotten through deception.
Funny stuff to play. I will check it out later, Fishy. I barely managed to get the stream up, okay? I have to get into it again.
His aversion to his real identity, and honesty in general, is so severe that he has to tell himself he's acting when he's about to show his real emotions for a moment, but he also seems incapable of
Okay, so whenever this person tells you, don't worry, I'm acting, and then breaks down, crying, then you know it's true.
realizing that he is responsible for his own situation. Worse yet is the fact that instead of taking this mental breakdown as an opportunity to self-reflect and be accountable for his state, he proceeds to lay everything on his parents, even making some pretty shocking claims.
They can't understand happiness, they just don't understand it. I visit them
My parents don't understand happiness.
5 times a year. I offer them
I visit them 5 times a year.
I'm out to LA, I do everything for them. Everything I can to make them happy.
I visited them 5 times and bought them shit they didn't want.
It's not just me, they ruined my sister.
Not my
They
sister.
instilled horrible unhappiness into her.
They instilled unhappiness into her, right into her bloodstream.
And then her unhappiness feed it into me. They convinced her that I was the cause of her unhappiness.
Ah,
They convinced her that I bullied her. I just bought them.
how did they convince your sister that you bullied her? Did you maybe bully your sister a little bit?
Fly $1,000 flight for my family for one day on a Saturday just to visit me in Los Angeles. They've never visited me here.
Never visit me. Is Bo an empath? I'm sure he is. Very empathetic.
For 3 years. 3 years.
According to him, the bullying he mentioned came from somewhere else, not him. However,
Ah.
there's not enough information about this aspect of the story to really comment on it. What is evident, on the other hand, is that Connor talks about visiting them 5 times a year and flying them out to LA as proof that he does everything to make them happy. Again, he's equating happiness with things that don't really have anything to do with being happy. I'm sure most parents would prefer their kid not be an LA slop content prankster than be flown out to LA. But Connor doesn't linger.
No, parents, join me. We will get undressed in public together. You can be in one of my prank videos, Mom. Mom, come over. Mom, why are you turning around? Mom, no! Why don't they love me? I don't love
on this topic long enough for that to be addressed. He then claims that he learned about something called the science of happiness from every world
Oh god, the science of happiness. I'm excied to learn about the science of happiness.
religion to try and tell his parents about what true happiness is, but they
I think if I would go to my mom, hey mom, have you heard about the science of happiness? Yeah, my mom also would stop loving me.
wouldn't listen to him. Given the context Connor himself provides, it sounds a
My
lot
mom would tell me to do the dishes.
like he's trying to convince them that his lifestyle is good, and much to his dismay, they're not buying it. This is particularly off-putting to him because his parents not approving of his path in life pokes a lot of holes into the charade that he worked for years to build. If they just took him up on the flight he paid for, he'd interpret that as an unspoken approval of his lifestyle. But because they are not, the self-doubt that he completely reinvented himself to escape starts to creep back in. Another sign that Connor is just trying to get people to enable his delusions is that he, in passing, mentions that he's also been trying and failing to convince his friends of his happiness. He then mentions something strange.
I've stayed up for 6 days. I've stayed up. I haven't slept. I wrote a 70-page book in 2 days to try and explain happiness to them. It's clear.
If someone wrote me a 70-page book to explain happiness to me, I also wouldn't be happy about that.
I'm crazy, but yeah, I'm crazy, but I just want them to be
Yeah, I would say writing a 70-page book on being happy is kinda crazy, yeah. Yeah, I agree with your parents.
happy. I'm trying to save their lives. I'm afraid they're gonna.
I'm trying to save your life, Mom! Read my book! Mom, I'm trying to save you! Dad! Dad, please! Believe me, I'm saving you!
They don't realize how happy they are.
Mom, you don't know. I'm okay, my child. Mom, you don't get it. You're unhappy. Look at you. Bruh.
I know exactly how to do it.
I know how to be happy, Mom.
To experience true happiness. I figured it out. I realized why the bathtub feels so amazing because it's trying to tell me.
What? I realize why the bathtub feels so amazing because it's trying to tell. Are you talking to your bathtub?
Something. It's trying to reach out and say you can be at peace here in the bathtub.
When your bathtub reaches out to you and tells you you can be at peace here, please do not mention that your bathtub talks to you. It's not a fact. I've been enlightened by the bathtub. Oh no.
You just have to go through a little pain beforehand.
Why do you go through pain before you go into the bathtub? What are you doing? I usually don't go through pain before I get into the bathtub. Are you real?
While the book he wrote stays elusive for quite some time after this video went up, his talk about the bathtub is pretty easy to read. Although whether he was seriously considering doing something or not is impossible to know. Regardless of anything else, if what he said is true...
Did you slip in the bathtub? Probably.
And he stayed up for 5 or 6 days straight, he'd probably be suffering severe cognitive impairment and hallucinations at this point, which would explain how distraught he was during this whole video. Immediately after, Connor comes clean about one of his lies.
My mom says she believes in God.
This could sound Discord sounds same. Join this one. Discord. Thank you, Butterbella.
God. I fooled her into thinking I believed in God, and she still wasn't happy.
She still wasn't happy. Who believed in God?
Nothing makes sense.
This is one of the clearest demonstrations of Connor's explicit beliefs that he can lie his way into happiness, not just his own, but other people's as well. Of course, this particular lie was pretty easy to see through, since religious people, like Connor's mom, expect that beliefs will change
Lame, I meant lame. Nice save, Butterbella.
how people behave. But clearly, Connor was set in his ways. Over the course of the video, he becomes increasingly performative, channeling his very real emotions into a vehicle to promote this.
You know what? The bathtub truly is your only god. The bathtub tells me, you are safe here. You're safe. You are warm. You can lie down.
Secret understanding of his and manipulate his parents.
I want people to know this story and spread happiness to the world, because if it goes the wrong direction,
Everyone will be sad. Only I know how to reach true happiness, guys.
I would rather have my arms chopped off. I would rather have my penis chopped off.
What? What? What?
Like this. Mom and Dad.
Rather have shot my puppy off than being this sad. I am Crow. I have to head off to some schoolwork. Hope you guys have fun. Thank you very much. Does he believe in the web?
If you truly love me, if you're truly sad about this, please stop. Be happy.
Dad, if you truly loved me, you would just stop being fucking sad and just be happy and grateful to have me as your son. Bruh.
Figure out how to do it. Do it for Morgan, you horrible fucking people. I love you, but you're infecting the world.
My parents are unhappy and they are infecting the world. No. It's a virus. Unhappy virus.
The world's going to this literal hell. You made my sister try and commit.
What? Made my sister try what? Do it for Morgan, the best. Vance, is it your birthday? Is it your birthday? Is he on drugs? What do you mean? He's totally normal. I can't believe Connor's parents gave me depression.
You made her think that was my fault. What is your problem?
Of course, he remains
What?
conspicuously vague on what his great understanding
It's Vance's 800th birthday. That's crazy. Happy 800th birthday, Vance. Wild.
understandings actually consist of, but that didn't stop him from reprimanding his parents and friends about not getting it. Oddly enough, after accusing his parents of making his sister make an attempt on her own life, he proceeds to dox his location and say this.
Oh, you know what? Normal.
You can walk into my bathroom.
I do not want to walk into your bathroom while you're looking like this. No, sir.
You can witness what true happiness.
I do not want to walk into your bathroom and witness what true happiness is. No, thank you.
You can witness what it's like to actually meet God.
I can meet God in your bathroom. You know what? You know what? Might be worth a try.
As soon as this video is posted.
As soon as this video is posted, come over my house and walk into my bathroom to meet God. Imagine someone goes there, goes into his bedroom, his bathroom, and then they just get shoved into the bathtub and get their fucking skull crushed. I mean, you kinda do see God.
Give it 30 minutes, and then you can come and witness it. So maybe it'll make you happy too.
Just spend 30 minutes with me in my bathroom, I swear you will be happy.
It'll show you the way. Please remember, this is not real, it's just acting.
Jesus! It's just acting, guys. Don't worry. What kind of eldritch being is in Connor's bathroom? No one knows.
For someone who just complained about being falsely accused of leading someone to self-harm, he sure seems like he's actively promoting it here as the way to find happiness and meet God. If you set aside his spiritual, grandiose implications of the things he's saying here, he's displaying some pretty clear signs of NPD. The main one being threatening to take his own life in order to prove a point and win his family over. Again, this has to do with the fact that he's
You know what? If I kill myself, my family will finally love me.
years of his life developing his new identity, and now that
I feel like there's a joke here about the bathtub. Oh! You know what, Quantum? I think you solved it.
his parents and friends aren't validating it, he's being met with the painful reality that he has nothing else besides it at this point. This actually has a name. It's called narcissistic collapse, when someone with a disorder experiences a substantial blow to their self-esteem or sense of superiority, resulting in impulsive behaviors, breakdowns, anger outbursts, smearing someone's reputation, making accusations, and a tendency towards self-harm to get attention, control, and sympathy. This video—
He did all this in one video. You know what? Conquer.
Connor almost got a full bingo. On the same day as this video went up, a fellow fitness content creator and acquaintance of Connor's named Kenny made a video covering the situation, saying he tried to contact Connor but was unable to, even mentioning rumors that both Connor and his car had gone missing. Fortunately, the worst had not happened, and it turned out that Connor had been sent to a psychiatric facility. In the excerpt—
That always goes well. I'm sure he came back out and then he was better.
of his admission papers, we have
The fact that we are not even 1/3 through the video tells me he did not get better.
access to, we can read, patient demonstrates a marked alteration in his mental state compared with previous months, specifically with at least 1 week of grandiose and delusional thought that he is God, enlightened—
Oh, he's got enlightened. Okay, I thought he was God.
with a special understanding of finding peace in the world, committed to sharing this message with his followers, and ending his life in order to prove he is God or godlike. This led
If I kill myself, people will know I am God.
to him writing a note and posting a YouTube video. In the hospital, he denied active ideation, but continues with thought content about needing to die to prove he is God, and needing redirection and emergency medication for nonsensical and disorganized thinking and erratic behavior, like trying to scale an exterior wall and being pulled to safety by staff. As
What? Did you try to parkour?
dark and insane as all of this
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. It's just a prank.
it's ironic that while in the custody of the psychiatric institution, he tried to climb a wall, which is actually something he'd been widely made fun of for during his brief conflict with H3H3, as many of his videos had a theme of climbing on
Okay, but you know what? Respect for him to being able to climb that.
top of random places. And if ever there was any doubt that narcissism was a piece of Connor's puzzle, here he's described as repeatedly describing himself as God. Now, most pieces of Connor's meltdown focused on, well, his meltdown. For example, Greg Doucette, one of the biggest fitness content creators on
Jesus.
YouTube, addressed the video that Connor had just uploaded, focusing mostly on the mental health aspect of it, suggesting that if this was indeed just an act, it was one of the worst things a human could possibly do for attention.
Hey, Victoria Tweak, thanks for subscribing. What is it with people named Connor? Either being the sanest person on earth or the most insane person. There's no in between. Never. There's never a normal, just a normal Connor.
Greg also speculated that Connor might have actually gone through with doing something horrible, but within a day of his video, someone who had been personal friends with Connor, Patrick Lyons, responded.
Greg Doucette made a video, and in the video he says he doesn't know whether Connor is dead or alive. Want to clear that up real quick. Connor is definitely alive. I'm recording this on Sunday night. On Saturday, I believe that is May 9th.
I'm recording this on Sunday night on Saturday? What? Are they all slightly confused?
Connor was found at a store in Venice Beach.
He was found at the store. Was it a bathtub store?
And yes, he's alive.
However, Patrick does reinforce that despite Connor not having followed through on the things he said, it wasn't just an act, and that he was genuinely undergoing a mental health crisis.
It's very real and it's serious. And so please treat it as such and don't spread misinformation about this.
Another friend of Connor's named Brett Maverick also commented on Greg's video saying the same thing, and both Brett and
Good news. What is the good news, Platinum? Was it Lush? Not Lush. We can finally do. I need a sip of my energy drink here. You can meet God in the bathtub. That just sounds like you want it. But has God never visited you in the bathtub, Fishy? Which flavor of kidney failure? Only the original monster. The only true one.
Patrick made it a point to preserve Connor's privacy and not mention that he was in a psychiatric institution. Now, while Connor was absent following the goodbye video, with his last normal video being a regular Omegle prank, there were a few things leading up to his meltdown
Getting undressed on Omegle is not a prank. Do I send you a pic? Is it? Is it? Okay, so miss you. Ah, it's a kitty. I love your kitty. Phantom, I love your cat. Give it a smooch from me.
That have been neglected up until this point. First off, there's a set of 6 Instagram stories Connor made right before his meltdown that, as far as I can tell, have only been archived in this obscure video from a
Gonna head out, need to give my cousin something, and I'm going to look for places teaching material arts. Good to see you back, dude. Thanks for stopping by, Ula. No, I met God once. He tried to take me. How dare him? How dare him? How does one summon a god in the bathtub? Just take enough drugs.
Colombian channel.
I've been having these Zoom calls with my random friends, and we've been doing some like acting exercises. It's my dream to be like an actor here in LA. So, you guys gotta go check out my YouTube videos because they get crazy. I mean, we take it up a notch. Like, you think
they get crazy, guys? Really crazy.
Acting is like, oh, I'm the mailman. Hi. No. We get crazy, completely unfiltered crazy. Like, so crazy that people start believing it's real. It's the most crazy thing I've ever experienced. And that makes me feel so good. It makes me feel so good as an actor. So go to my YouTube.
Obviously, he's talking about his meltdown here, and once again, he implicitly admits to feeling good whenever he can deceive people into believing something that's not true. Both in this Colombian video and in another piece of coverage of the situation from a fitness YouTuber from Budapest, we can see that prior to his goodbye video, Connor uploaded 7 streams of himself enlightening his manager, his friends, and family. Unfortunately, I've only been able to find links to 3 of them, but that's more than enough to gauge just how insane Connor truly was prior to his final meltdown. In his conversation with his manager can be seen talking about more realistic self-improvement goals, such as letting go of childish motivations such as impressing others and focusing on things he can achieve in his everyday life. Meanwhile, Connor sounds
something. God, I don't know how to do anything anymore. I love this. I love being back and knowing how everything. Buono, un momento. One more. Painting. You have so much to look at. No, I don't want to have things to look at. Hey, du bist weg. Hi, wo ist Boyo? Welcome.
it's completely unhinged.
Now think about this. What if Connor Murphy did once have the biggest social media following in the world? What if it was more than that? What if, again...
Is he speaking about himself in the third person? Damn.
This is acting. Yeah. Connor Murphy was so egotistical that he wanted to become God. How would he do that? How would he find a series of, like, these sort of enlightenment points where the limits on the earth?
Oh, was the bathtub the first enlightening point? Saint isn't dead. I know, it's tragic. It's tragic.
Fade away. How do you... Is that something that's possible?
You can actually see his manager's facial expression change.
He is like, why do I manage this person? How do I manage this person?
In real time to confusion and discomforts as Connor starts rambling about becoming God. Once he succeeds at leading his manager to give the answer he was looking for, Connor channels some serious iShow speed.
You don't have to filter yourself because it's a thought experiment.
It would make me a god.
You don't have... Would make me a god. BAM! See? Evidence!
Make you a god, Drillstein! You're a god!
He's very excited.
You know what? Don't you just realize it within yourself?
I think that Connor made so much content based on making people feel uncomfortable on the street that he got addicted to making the people around him recoil in cringe. Soon after the
He's just like, I want to make people cringe. How do I make people cringe the best? I will talk about God.
outburst, Connor explains his perspective on what acting is.
This is why I love acting so much, because...
Okay, we are now learning what an actor is. This is now educational.
There's no restrictions. You can do whatever you want, and you don't seem crazy.
Is that how it works?
This is why acting is so cool. It's almost like nothing I
You know what? I will just say whatever the fuck I want, and then I say it's acting. Crazy.
say can be taken as crazy. So it's almost as if acting reveals a higher truth. It's almost
Me acting is good.
as if acting is the truth.
There's performance art and method acting, and then there's using acting as an excuse to behave like a crazy person for attention. If you were wondering what accelerated Connor's transformation from a generic
He's an actor, you know it, because he has the little shawl. The little actor shawl.
YouTuber to whatever this is, in this same video, he actually
Can I have an educational cigarette? Always, Bakmoon, always.
alludes to it.
Imagine this psychological thriller where people are going through suffering in the world. There's this world of complete and utter suffering. Absolute fucking suffering, but they don't realize it because they think it's normal. Yep. They think it's
That's just X-Men.
normal. And then all of a sudden, they get something happens. Something. They could take a weird drug. They could experience a crazy trauma, but something ignites in them. And all of a sudden, they start to realize the real world is a fucking illusion.
The very first example
Yeah. True. Well, you know what? Life is just a lie. Just do whatever the fuck you want. Nothing is real.
Connor gave as to what would awaken people is taking a weird drug. And based on the
Bro really just described the normal world. Imagine a world where people are suffering and they experience... like, buddy. That's like every story ever.
things he's saying, that everything and everyone is God experiencing itself, and that there is no such thing as good
Bro, you know what? To think about it hard enough. We are all God.
or evil. It sounds exactly like every person who got their sanity permanently one-shotted by ayahuasca, one of the most powerful psychedelic drugs in the world that became a lot more popular in the 2010s. While it wasn't confirmed yet that this was the root cause of Connor's so-called enlightenment, this made complete sense. Along with the aforementioned fitness and pickup artist communities, there was a third and less well-known appendage to 2010's online culture, the psychedelic-driven Eastern mysticism community. While it may sound crazy at first,
Listen, you just fucking do all three of them. You just take drugs and then go to yoga and then you know happiness in your bathtub. That's how you find enlightenment.
all you need to do is look up names like Alan Watts or Terrence McKenna to see just how popular content about using psychedelics as a way to interface with spirituality truly was during this time. While this line of thinking had already been gaining traction since the 1960s, it really accelerated in the late 2000s, as the atheism versus
The hippies are coming back.
Christianity debates lost popularity, and mainstream people like Joe Rogan actively promoted psychedelic experiences to massive audiences.
These things that you see but you can't define are constantly changing. So if you try to like say, oh, it looked like a jester, it probably did for a few seconds.
Many people often compare Connor's rants on enlightenment to fitness YouTuber Frank Yang's esoteric and experimental videos on the same subject matter. But I think a much better
Infinite brain sharing.
person is Leo Gura, someone who I've covered in a previous video. Not only did Leo start out by trying to teach people about self-mastery, confidence, and pickup artistry, but he'd already been promoting
What? You know, the first two sounded kind of nice, and then pickup artistry. What is with pickup artists that always end there?
and advocating for psychedelic use as a means to enlighten oneself for quite
That's a pipeline. First you learn self-mastery and confidence, then you start becoming a pickup artist, and then you go on drugs apparently.
already been promoting and advocating for psychedelic use as a means to enlighten oneself for quite some time. Most importantly, just a few
To quote my buddy, I liked Joe Rogan better when he was getting punched in the head on TV. You know, it was probably healthier.
months prior to Connor's ultimate meltdown, Leo recorded himself tripping on something believed to be some form of DMT, and he was saying the same kind of bizarre thing.
DMT.
That he was God and everyone was also God, that identity was an illusion, that there's no good or evil, so on and so forth.
That sounds familiar.
Which is why I, as God, don't judge any humans or hate any humans or even...
Oh, he's a nice god. He's like, listen, I'm God. I don't judge any of you. Meanwhile, I'm judging all of you.
punish any humans. You might think I punished Hitler. No, I didn't punish it. I love Hitler as much as anybody. Because
You can't say that! Oh.
I am Hitler. I love the devil as much as anybody because what
Dear German government, please ignore this man, he's on drugs.
you don't understand is the only way that I overcome devilry is through complete self-love.
Another alarming coincidence between Leo and
Listen,
Connor
there are people you should not love. You don't have to love everyone.
is their belief systems trivialized
DewsSnailHouse. DewsSnailHouse.
and, on occasion, outright promotion of death as a means of exploring consciousness.
Listen, I love death.
Leo himself has acknowledged the passing of 3 of his forum's members at their own hand.
According to former followers, there's a very dark side to all of this. Thread on actualized.org, which has 25,000 members, reference alleged Zugeschwort by user Sonhai, Vanish, and Wave the Ocean between 2018 and January 2022. Before all 3 ceased posting, they shared alarming posts about physical death being an exploration of consciousness. Who has acknowledged the 3 purported deaths imposed on the forum. Oh. Crazy. It's not fun anymore.
If this by itself wasn't intriguing enough, it just so happens that one of these users that took their own lives, Wave in the Ocean, had made a thread talking about how much he identified with Connor's outlook on existence. A little over a year after this thread was made,
You know what? I relate. Emma ended.
another user made a thread announcing his untimely passing, saying, "I cannot tell you why he chose to end his life. I know he had some trouble sleeping during long periods and was deeply tormented by this, and I know he had bad thoughts periodically through many years. No matter how many times I try to turn it around, looking at it from different perspectives, it was his decision to make. He discovered life, he discovered love, and now he has also discovered death."
Lived, loved, and died.
What's particularly disturbing about this to me, apart from the obvious, is that only 2 of the people who posted to this thread took issue with the sugarcoating of this man's passing as him.
Oh! Hey, there have been quite a few endings here. You know, that's rather worrying, guys. Guys, don't you find this rather worrying? Dude, they're just on the next level.
Discovering death. Worse yet is the fact that a moderator of the forum took issue with someone simply.
Everybody, let's be careful with how we state things. I think it is important that we do not connect these incidents with the forum or Leo's teaching. Not saying you did, just making a statement. People are always constantly reminded to seek out professional help for those states when they are most vulnerable to their own doing. They are trained facilitators and help for people with the most critical conditions. This is not a place where depression will be healed quickly. Perhaps that Wave in the Ocean needed was short-term pharmacology intervention, followed with less aggressive medical support, before even considering psychedelic and non-duality. It aches my heart to know this has happened, and I wish he has given the emergency service more chance. There are times when that is the best solution to be able to function again in society. We will never know what happened and what didn't. But I just wanted to mention this. Yeah, sure, that's what you say after it happened to the 3rd time on the forum there.
Pointing out that Wave was the 2nd person who had lost their life in this way, with this moderator actively telling people not to draw any pattern. When Leo replied, he didn't make any specific comment on
Hey, did he express any ideas to you?
the situation. Eventually,
You are God, you are truth, you are love, you are infinity.
the original poster of the thread gave more information on what led Wave to do what he did, saying, "Around when we first met, he had just tried LSD for the first time and had a bad trip, where he felt like the universe said he should take himself out. This original
I know this isn't funny, but imagine you take the universe, the whole universe telling you, you know what, just end it."
poster also added that Wave had periods of intense mania, much like Connor did. Much later on, Connor and Leo spoke for about an hour in a recorded phone call, most of which consisted of Leo trying to speak a modicum of sense into him, while Connor cracked cringy jokes.
They'll warn you that you have to be careful. When you're coming back from meditation retreat, they'll tell you, don't make any rash decisions. Don't do any giant stunts or moves. Give yourself time to integrate insights.
What happened?
to ground yourself. They even tell you things like, be careful, because when you come back home, you might lash out at your wife or at your girlfriend, or you might want to get a divorce or quit your job or tell your boss you won't fuck and stuff. And just, don't do those things.
While Leo expressed how much he disapproved of what Connor was doing both during this call and elsewhere, some people in Leo's own forum agreed with Connor's message.
Average Discord call be like, I have to sleep, I have stuff to do in the morning. Oh, have a good night. Don't take LSD and end up like him, guys. We will try, we will try. Thank you, Anonymous. You were gone so long. I got a third cat. She's a little bastard. Oh, it's a lovely bastard. I figured it out. Hey! Congratulations to the third cat, Chris. What's the name?
All of this is to say that these so-called enlightened conclusions that people like Leo and Connor drew from psychedelic experiences aren't exclusive to them. There are many documented instances where psychedelic use, usually DMT, leads people to take their own life in order to cross over to the other side, sometimes even being told by the entities they see while on the substance that they
Her name is Celine. Aww. You were a pet for me. Speaking of cats, how's Pumpkin? He's alive. He's on the seat behind me. Of course he has his own desk chair. After he ruined my old one, he just got it. I got a new one.
should hurt others in order to
I
prove
broke through on DMT and met a dark jester. Bruh.
the meaninglessness of life. While some of these can easily be pushed aside as people who are inexperienced with the substance or who already have pre-existing mental problems, there are cases in which professional shamans who dedicated their entire lives to engaging with it also end up deceased. And to add to that irresponsibility, he immediately proceeds to promote it to everyone he knows with no regard for how that may affect them.
Even though I'm God, like, God still experiences insecurities. God still experiences everything.
What? God? Oh, you know what? He's onto something. God also is insecure because God feels everything. That's so deep. She only likes pets if she comes up to me purring. She only purrs on her own. She's a little special. Just like you.
There has to be ups and downs. There has to be downs to experience the ups.
Hey, Black Flower! Yes, yes. Oh, back. I was gone 5 minutes.
There's this weird underlying feeling that everything gets better, and it's weird, but anyway.
After getting rather lukewarm results from his manager, he then tries to enlighten his best friend, Brett Maverick, but this goes even worse in comparison because Brett sits there stone-faced for nearly an hour, giving almost no input back to Connor.
And that is an
He looks so checked out. Imagine your bro was just talking to you about being God, having seen God in the bathtub, and you're just there half naked. Yeah, bro. Crazy, bro. Hey, you, I didn't tell you. My boyfriend rescued a black kitten a couple weeks before Halloween. Ah! His name is Bruce. He's my little bastard son who jumps at tiny sounds and enjoys head kisses. Ah! So did you hear I cameoed in the worst ACC video ever? Congratulations, Fishy.
Really work around that logic. Somehow we thought that logic is a disease of the ego, but it's not. The ego is
He's so checked out. He's always looking to the side like, okay, bro. Okay. Is he high?
completely different than we've ever imagined. And it just has to slowly be unraveled. Recognizing the ego as thought is a
Is he alive?
That's what you realize, is that the enlightenment process is realizing truth in the moment, but then at a later level realizing that it was fake.
If you speed it up, it kind of looks like that video of a kid with ADHD who is studying math and then he's watching a video about Star Wars. As Connor spazzes around and monologues incessantly, and Brett locks in for...
Brett is just like, Any of my friends when I explain the X-Men lore to them.
54 minutes straight. There are a few interesting tidbits from this upload, though, such as Connor saying that he was born 6 days ago, as that's when his
me too, bro. Me too. I was born 6 days ago.
ego supposedly died.
I've been working on this. I've been actually born for 6 days now. For 6 days. I think we talked about this earlier, but we are so far past that knowledge that I forgot. But the ego...
We are so past this knowledge. Oh god, do explain the X-Men to me. You don't want this Mick with some cheese. I'm still not over. I just spent way too much money on new comics and I'm so sad. Everything is terrible.
Died 6 days ago. Is the 6th day. It's the 6th day at 5 p.m.
Given ego death is commonly cited as a result of DMT trips, that's probably what he was talking about.
Imagine man, but X. to explain the X-Men to me, and I'll explain Deadpool and Batman lore to you. You don't have to explain Deadpool to me because he's also in the X-Men a lot. I also have the Deadpool comics. But Batman, yeah, I don't know anything about Batman. He's just a rich guy. But also the X-Men Krakoan era is now over for over a year. So sad. No! Why would you say this, Rush? Don't get me started on the Krakoa area. Don't get me started. I'm so sad.
He says he needs to keep doing what he's doing nonstop until the 7th day, as a reference to the book of Genesis, where it says that God rested on the 7th day. But by far, the most interesting one out of this set of videos is when he tries and fails to enlighten his parents.
Failing to enlighten my parents. Me. Hey, Blackflower. Thanks you for the tip. Then you left. We thought you were never coming back. I bought a black impala and started studying how to hunt demons. You know what? Legit. That also do. Can explain Warhammer 40k lore to you. You know what? We will do a lore stream. We just all spam lore at each other. I will tell you X-Men lore that sounds like I'm making shit up, and you will all give me any lore of your favorite shit.
As, unlike his talks with other people, they actually grill him a good bit and make him feel less confident about his realizations.
You know, no matter, I know this seems like a giant mind, but you're gonna...
Mom is sitting there on the fucking kitchen floor and she's like, I pressed that out of my womb. I carried the thing for 9 months.
This has value, so...
Okay.
So...
And Dad is like, I'm trying really hard to be supportive.
I never talked to you about, like, what you did for work. Like, I never really got to know you. Like, I know you as a father, but I don't know you as a friend.
Right.
I don't even blame him. His bald dad with Fox News playing in the background for the entirety of the stream has a Dark Souls boss tier power level. He actually mogs Connor into submission in under
King of your law on Dead Space, Silent Hill, and the Remedy Fest. Let's fucking go. Wish I paid school.
1 minute.
I want you to imagine, you know how I always wanted you guys to be proud of me?
We always have been.
Will you?
We always have been, son. Please stop trying to make us proud. I beg you.
Though, will you be always proud of me no matter what?
We don't have any choice.
We don't have any choice but to be proud of you. Please stop talking, son.
True, it's falsehood, like...
That's how we look at it, though. Sure, we're gonna stick with you, whatever's gotta happen.
During this video, which is so confusing that it's not even worth watching for the most part, Connor is purposely obfuscating a lot more than usual. Probably because he knows he can get away with a lot less
Well,
of his insanity when he's interacting
I'm just
with...
looking at Mom at the kitchen floor and she's so hard, trying so hard. He got no choice. Sadly, it's too late for an abortion.
his parents. Instead of the terrible things he was saying about them in his goodbye video, here he's congratulating them on how good they were as parents. It seems like this was done intentionally.
I thought they were horrible.
Is kind of a love bombing tactic, since immediately after he's done, he pivots to the same enlightenment shtick he was saying to his friends and manager. It's also clear from their demeanor that they're genuinely
Makes me
concerned.
want to not have kids. Imagine the texts he sent, bro. 3 in the morning.
For him, but despite how psychotic he seems, they are still overall supportive of his decisions, which is quite surprising given the way he went on to describe them. Eventually, it becomes clear
Today on extreme late-term abortions. Hey, he said he's just 6 days old, okay? So, he said he was born 6 days ago, so maybe it's not too late after all. Should have gone to Goodwill first, found a Calvin Klein dress for $7 and 2 pairs of pants and 2 shirts for my BF. Crazy. I'm glad I didn't give up. It's always Goodwill.
The point of the stream really was.
Where's Falgi, the infamous love bomber? I bombed him first.
You're right. I've been trying to confuse you. Because your understanding of the world is keeping you trapped.
When he tries to convince his parents.
And Dad is like, why? Not again. And Mom is like, why am I here? Just to suffer.
To stop being Christian, and instead recognize that their YouTube prankster son is the true God, they don't really budge, so he changes his strategy.
Damn it!
About 53 minutes into the stream, Connor asks his mom why she isn't experiencing heaven on earth like he claims to be, to which she replies saying that heaven for her would mean she could see her deceased father, something Connor could not provide. Unable to form a cogent answer, this is how he reacts.
Honestly, that's so sad and so sweet. You know, I would be happy if I could see my dad. Well, I'm God, but I cannot provide that. Why can't you be like your sister, Connor? I just got pet. Lizzie's parents. They look so normal and disappointed. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
See my dad again? Can't do that on Earth, Connor.
Yes, you can. Just come to my bathtub, Mom. I can show you.
Yes, you can.
No, Connor. No.
Incredible.
And just like the previous time he broke into tears while telling them they were great parents, he instantly launches into another effort to enlighten them, equally unsuccessful.
They're just roasting him. You tell me you wouldn't roast your son if he would go to you like this. Listen, it's too late for an abortion, you can still roast him.
With the added context of these streams, what becomes evident is that Connor's meltdown, even if to some extent genuine, was absolutely planned with a few intended outcomes in mind, including but not limited to making the people that resisted his enlightenment, namely his parents, look terrible. So much for ego death and getting past personal grudges. After a month of inactivity, Connor returned to his second channel, Connor Murphy Talks, announcing that
How dare you, God does not have personal grudges.
he'd been in a psych ward, confirming that the trigger for his meltdown was his ayahuasca ritual, but promising that he would never take another mind-altering substance like that ever again. He also reveals a little more about his inpatient stay, showing that he'd been diagnosed with either—
Ah, fuck, I was wondering why I didn't see any chat messages. I only had top chat on. Oops. Oops. There we go.
drug-induced psychosis or bipolar disorder. However lucid he appears in this video, he reiterated that all of that happened for a greater purpose.
I do not trust the white shirt. He does not appear very lucid to me.
And that he'd seen through the illusion of death.
The past few weeks have been some of the most self-improvement focused weeks of my entire life. I've had some
Shut up, Chris.
extremely eye-opening spiritual experiences that have changed my life for the better. I can honestly say that I'm completely free from the illusion of death and that I've been able to fill in some of the gaps between science
Guys, death is just an illusion. You can fly.
and religion that I've had in my head. I've even been able to completely rid myself of insecurities and social anxiety that used to haunt.
Guys, I don't have any insecurities anymore. None. My social anxiety, healed. My skin, clear. My flowers, flowering.
Haunt me just months ago.
Clearly, there was still something wrong.
Thriving. Thriving was the word I was looking for.
In the following days, he released a batch of self-improvement-oriented videos about mewing, fasting, and spiritual—
Yes, he's mewing. 30-day face transformation. Yes, let's go.
spirituality.
So I believe much of the original story of Jesus has simply been lost in translation.
No, I am actually Jesus.
An example of poor translation is like when Jesus turned water into wine. We seem to take this literally.
It was actually energy drink.
Simply meant that Jesus gave off so much positive and non-judgmental energy, people started to feel more happy, more loose, more free.
Whenever Jesus was around, everyone just got drunk. On happiness.
As if they just had a glass of wine.
It's clear that he was aiming to make the same kind of content as Leo Gura, down to his delivery and setting. Highlights of this brief period of semi-sanity include him describing how he naturally reversed his hair loss that he's had for years, which is most likely explained by him
Jesus blood being white monster.
cycling off of the steroids he was taking, since right around the same time.
Jesus, why are they always naked? Jesus wanted more wine when it was gone. Listen, I sure hope it was still water into wine, because just spreading happiness sounds lame in comparison to free booze.
Time that he stopped losing his hair, he also lost a
Where's
lot
your monster? Dude, it's right here.
of muscle size. And a little bit of a side note here, but another content creator who specializes in hair transplants eventually reviewed Connor's scalp and claimed that he'd had at least 2 transplants. But of course—
Oops. Imagine getting called out on your fucking hair transplant.
This was just speculation. Besides his interesting claims about reversing hair loss, he also released other videos he recorded on the same day as his meltdown.
She hasn't been taken over by a clone. Happens to the best of us.
Of which were intended to be acting reels he put together in order to get more gigs as an actor.
What? But also his interpretation of acting is Just do whatever the fuck you want.
Excuse me, sir. I watch YouTube video. Connor Murphy say he. I watch YouTube video. I watch it with my own eyes.
See, it's acting.
He seemed sad.
I'm not sure if casting agents would be impressed by a paranoid schizophrenic calling the cops on himself while doing
Listen, you have to admit, he sells the paranoid schizophrenic very well.
a terrible and slightly racist Asian accent, but then again, I'm not enlightened. While his alternative medicine and spirituality act held up for
Why does he look like a Karen? I know this is supposed to be Jesus, but he looks like a Karen. He's like, Ringe forth, the manager.
a couple of weeks, it wouldn't take long before he had another meltdown.
You guys don't understand. It is incredible to be crazy. I'm free. I'm free from suffering.
You know what? Maybe he's onto something. Just be crazy. Give up on normalcy, guys.
I'm free from insecurities. I'm free from all mental worry. I'm free from the self. I'm free from this restricted thought.
Please do not become free of your pains.
This restricted
He's literally, I am cringe, but I am free.
psychological prison. I tricked the doctors into thinking I'm insane. They thought the goodbye video was
I tricked them. That was a prank, bro. You bought it.
real, don't you get it? Somehow the best psychologists in the world. I manipulated them like my little puppets. They were never in control.
I don't think you went to the best psychologists, I'll be real. We were like to the poor, underpaid ones.
They had this delusion that they were in control. But I was in control the entire time. I was doing it for this month-long YouTube stunt to try and wake people up.
Guys, acting 1 a month like I'm crazy until I get institutionalized.
This time around, as he had already proved himself to be an unreliable narrator and a generally dishonest person, it failed to get even a fraction of the impact of the previous meltdown.
Damn. Imagine having your like 20th meltdown and you only get 136k views.
Seeing that he wasn't going to get attention that way, he decided to try something else instead. A 40-day fast that would be live streamed in its entirety to his followers.
Yes, that always goes well.
That is well over a month of nothing but water entering his system. Keep in mind, this is roughly the same thing that fellow esoteric YouTuber Sverige did. The coincidence is so great that both of them were also sun-gazing. But if you've watched my video on Sverige, you
Even sun-gazing together, what?
know that the end result of his
Oh, the carnivore psycho who tried to murder his family. Oh. Yeah, it didn't go well for him, apparently.
radical fasting and sun-gazing was having a psychotic episode that gave him hallucinations and sent him to a psych ward. Although I don't...
Oh my god, Brittany! I can't believe you didn't come to my crash out. Hi, Jerry Bitten!
I think Connor is too scared of the psych ward given his previous familiarity with it. He made it clear in the comment section that his objective with this fast wasn't health, but
I'm not doing it for health, I do it for enlightenment.
Something else entirely. That something else was, once again, trying to embody Jesus Christ. Just like his stay at the psych ward was originally intended to last for just 3 days to mimic the 3 days between Jesus' death and resurrection.
I don't think Jesus spent the 3 days in a psych ward, though. I'll be real. You could have gone to a real cave. Would have been easier.
Connor was going to fast for 40 days, like Jesus fasted in the desert. While other fitness influencers speculated that he was going to put himself in the hospital within a week due to how much muscle loss
Island! I did. Hello, son. The true way to happiness. Pretend to be crazy until you become crazy. But are you then really pretending? Or is it your true self that came forth?
endure as a consequence of the fast, his reasonably concerned viewers repeatedly tried to get mental health services to intervene in Connor's project. These attempts were unsuccessful, as Connor just used them as opportunities to make more content documenting his journey. In the meantime, he gave his audience tutorials on how to naturally enlarge their junk and
how I grew my you-know-what by 5 inches. You know what? I will have to look into that. How that doing? Everything fine? Everything is a-okay. Looking at crazy people who have got in the bathtub. I was gone for 5 minutes. The milk has become yogurt. The cigarettes are still cigarettes. Of all the things.
and read hate comments about his fast, all while he gradually became visibly emaciated. At the end of the 40 days, he
What do you mean? He looks amazing. He looks healthy.
Looked like a skeleton. But fortunately, it didn't seem like the fast had any particularly bad side effects. After his return, he took up a vegan diet for some time and shared his experience with semen retention and no fat.
Hey guys, you guys wanna do the semen retention?
Video which has 700,000 views as of the writing of my video. Now, as freaky as
70 days of semen retention.
all this stuff is, through these videos, you get to see that if he truly applied himself, Connor could have easily pivoted from his prank videos to esoteric health content and started a whole second chapter of his career as a content creator. But due to how misguided his motivation to do this was, along with how controversial he was in the process of changing his format, it made it very hard for him to gain serious followers in that sphere of the internet. Over the rest of the year, he made a video about detaching from his physique, only for
breaking my attachment to my physique, only to fall back immediately.
his muscles to slowly return as he quote-unquote lean bulked. And I really want to emphasize
Love the lean bulk. He's really trying everything. Sissy hypno, that's all we need and the cycle is complete. True, first the semen retention and then the sissy hypno.
Here, I'm not saying this to make fun of him, but coincidentally, his hairline that he had supposedly saved slowly started
No.
receding again, while he wore bandanas to try and hide it, and used older pictures of himself on thumbnails to pretend like it wasn't happening. So many speculated that he was, in fact, back on roids. His main channel went back to chugging along and regularly uploading content, but it was clear that things had changed dramatically. Some of his friends, even if they continued to overall feel positive about him, expressed concern about his mental state, as he seemingly backslid.
Who the fuck is that? Is that Ken? He really looks like Ken doll. Or what's the name of the blonde prince in Shrek? What's his name? I'm sure one of you has watched Shrek and knows the name immediately.
Even if they continued to overall feel positive about him, expressed concern about his mental state. As he seemingly backslid into this deluded state of self, he released a video announcing that he
Prince
was
Charming, yes. I knew that. Damn. He looked. I love you guys. Yes, he looked like Prince Charming, literally.
to give himself a mega dose of something called an ayahuasca analog, which frankly, I'm
What is an ayahuasca analog? Is it safe to Google?
not well versed enough in to know what that really means, but I would guess that he means some sort of similar substitute that could have similar effects. This, he claims, will get his pineal gland producing so much DMT.
His pineal gland. Guys, she's been replaced. She's been replaced. She doesn't know Shrek lore.
Naturally, that he will be, from then on, permanently tripping on psychedelics for the rest of his life.
Bro, I will get my pineal glands to give me psychedelic, bro. I will sweat weed.
Which he thinks will allow him to see reality for what it really is, instead of the illusion that society lives under.
Of
What I
course.
do know is that taking a mega
Oh no, he doesn't even notice that his bandana is slipping down so you can still see the hairline. Oh no.
dose of anything won't make your body start producing whatever it is you took. It's actually quite the opposite. When you take in a chemical that your body produces, your body naturally deregulates that chemical's production. This is why people who take steroids get low testosterone when they hop off gear. I've seen some people speculate that Connor was just lying about this, but
Oh, never mind, it's a weed plant. How did you think? Well, she's acting the same. She didn't know common words she used 5 minutes ago before she left our lore. She showed no. Shush, Chris.
in the same video, he records himself orally ingesting the very same substance that he was talking about. Funnily enough,
Plant. Just plant.
when he turns his phone to the camera to show the date and time, you can see that one of his top visited links is Leo Guro's forum. The thing
No,
is,
not
while
Leo.
there's no
What the fuck? Is that a giant tiger in the background? Is that his fursuit?
way to give yourself a permanent
Bro. What kind of Doritos does he have? Party size?
psych trip, you can do things like self-induce HPPD, which stands for hallucinogenic perception persistence disorder. When you do that kind of substance more frequently than your brain can handle, you may develop a kind of white noise over your vision, and you may see patterns or wave textures over surfaces. But a
That sounds dope.
permanent impairment to your vision would be the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you make yourself permanently schizophrenic. And I don't mean that
You know what? Gotta risk it.
in the internet way, I mean that as in you have schizophrenia. As psychedelic use of any kind, let alone these mega doses he's talking about, makes you almost
Hi, Cloudy. Hello, my wife. Hello. Love you.
21 times more likely to develop this condition. Given that Connor already has a hard time differentiating between tripping and actual insanity, I don't
Again, the bandana doesn't even do what it's supposed to do. You can still see his hairline.
think he's too concerned about that possibility. Throughout the couple of videos where Connor documents this experiment of his, he repeatedly emphasizes that the substances he's doing are completely legal and that he's not recommending that other people
Well, you know, bath salts are also technically legal. There's enough technical legal shit that can fuck you up.
do it. However, in every other sentence, he makes sure to tell people that what he's doing is the one and only way to see the absolute truth and reach true bliss. Which
Oh my god, if maybe it was bath salts, that is why he's seeing God in the bathtub.
Which sounds a lot like promoting something that, even if legal, is very dangerous.
So your mind is very conflicted, you have these conflicting views on reality that cause you to suffer, and so this is your mind right now, okay? Now,
oh my god, we have a mind puzzle.
what psychedelics do, okay? They're gonna start rearranging the puzzle pieces, okay? Like this.
Okay.
And certain psychedelics, definitely like ayahuasca and psilocybin, they're gonna rearrange the puzzle pieces in a order that is closer to the finished puzzle, you could say.
The end of the year marked a significant
No.
uptick in strange behavior from Connor. First, he began recording himself doing something
Stop the word for Ambre, no! You can snort bath salts? Should I try that? Legally, I have to say no.
that he called tantric premasati yoga with random girls. To put this in simple terms, he basically stopped doing sexually suggestive shirtless prank videos and started doing extremely sexually suggestive yoga with
You know what? It's yoga, so it's fine. Yoga is not sexual.
strangers on the street. He also opened up an OnlyFans account, which
Would you do yoga with a stranger on the street?
he promoted in most of his uploads from this era. If there was any hope ever that he would someday rebrand to being a serious, spirituality and alternative health-oriented channel, that hope was now completely lost as he delved even deeper into racy, attention-seeking antics. Unsurprisingly,
Well, hello there.
this format quickly evolved to include
Did she just... Wait, did she just do...
even deeper into racy, attention-seeking antics. Unsurprisingly, this format quickly
She just flexed with her boobs. It's honestly impressive.
evolved to include adult film actresses, and sometimes the aftermath of these yoga sessions were also uploaded behind his OnlyFans paywall.
Well, no, she's just shaking them.
It is going to be really good. We're going to be playing some intense Monopoly. I hope my piece is functioning properly.
It's hard. I need that woman. I need me a woman who can flex her titties.
And yeah, we'll be doing some awesome yoga Monopoly. So
even after completely embracing this new identity, he continued to try and make it out as if all of this was some kind of deep, enlightening acting performance. Despite
He's
the
just acting, guys. He's not really crazy.
fact that even after all this time, he continued to be pretty
I
bad
love
at
how whenever he's in a call with someone, the person is just staring into the middle distance while he is talking excitedly about how he is God and how he saw God. And the other person is just always like, yeah. Son, I fear we have to be proud of you.
acting.
I have struggled with an addiction since I was 15 years old.
I think you still struggle with it, honey. I'm looking into these eyes and I'm pretty sure you're still struggling with it.
And just a matter of months ago, I became aware of it and have overcame it.
As the last bits of hope his audience had evaporated, Connor thought it was the perfect time to really double down on how revolting his content had become. After getting himself a degree that apparently gave him the title Doctor of Spirituality, he announced,
Damn. Imagine you... I need a doctor! I am a doctor. In spirituality. That time Nico baby feed me a huge load. What?
on YouTube that he would be, there's no way I can really put this in like a really clean way, so he would be swallowing another man's load for health purposes. And of
for health purposes. That's why people do that. It's crazy. Imagine the health benefits. Or what?
course, there was also a
Just say you're doing porn.
version of it off of YouTube. He did this because in his belief system, cavemen used to also do this in order to unlock secret primal powers.
Cavemen sucked each other off to unlock secret primal powers. That's insane. It's crazy.
I bet there's a lot of weird stuff that cavemen did. They were living in caves after all, but I seriously doubt that they were guzzling glizzies in the Neolithic. I mean...
Listen, You don't know. They saw God.
Even if they did, if you want to be a caveman, I feel like there are a lot of things to do before you get to the stage of sipping the Chris Chan's
No, that is the most important part of being a caveman.
special Fanta. Later on in the video, he claims that his Coombe protocol has led to an improvement in his physique, but honestly at that point, just take
He did the titty flick.
Tren. your hairline is already going the way of the dodo. Just stop pretending like you've ascended beyond your aesthetics and embrace the gear. At least then you're not
Cloudy, no!
slurping another man's nectar for gains. Alternatively, just admit you're doing it because you like doing it.
This is the most complex gayness I've ever seen. Listen, he's so hetero. He's so hetero. He's guzzling another man's nut juice for the gains.
Of cope is simply too much.
My physique has gotten better. My physique has gotten so much
And
better
with those gains, I will attract even more women. That's how hetero I am.
over the past several weeks. It's been incredible, and I contributed a lot to this. And so I thought, wow, what if I got even more of this?
Just a titty flex.
Right? So essentially the balance of this energy in my body was like...
Listen, I only guzzle the nut juice, the nut milk, to attract more women, trust me. It's not gay.
Like, above baseline, right? I'm like, wow, I've got to try this out. And so...
Did his boobs get bigger? Crazy.
I messaged Nikolai. Well, because I heard that, I mean, you eat this too, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. You know, I have it in my favorite.
I can flex one titty. That's my party tit. YouTube seems to not have let me send a message related to the ladies titty flexing. You got censored. They would not let you speak your truth. One boob for the rest. One for the party.
Fair, because I figured out, like, I looked at the benefits too as well, and I figured I'd give it a try at least.
Interestingly enough,
listen, we do not do this because it's gay. We do this for the health benefits. It's very healthy.
The guy who provides Connor with his supplements, Nikolai, also recorded himself getting
He's also very straight.
Berated by his family members for taking part in this and posted it online.
Oh.
Mom, we were just making a YouTube video.
Mom, we were just making a video, okay? He guzzled my coom. He guzzled my coom for a YouTube video. You don't get it, Mom. That's how I make money.
You can still, I saw the video.
I saw the video, and he tells you you want to see you suck his, you want to see OnlyFans. So it's either his OnlyFans or your OnlyFans. And everybody goes on Instagram and sees Nick with a guy. Isn't that great? Grandma and Anthony.
Yeah, his parents are not proud.
Everybody, Allie, Will, everybody.
Anthony!
Sees my son in a gay act or.
Why would you upload this? Why would you upload your mom being like, Anthony will see this, your grandma will see this, another man is guzzling your cum.
And then you gotta explain to them, oh, but it's not really what you think. And they look at you like you got two heads on.
Mom, it's not gay. It's for health benefits. It's what the cavemen did.
Like I'm an asshole, and that they're supposed to believe that.
Mm.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah, Nick.
I'm sorry.
No, sorry, that's a cut.
I'm sorry, Mom.
I mean, this guy just had to know how this looked, right? There's no way that he got
Why do people upload this? This is so embarrassing. Why would you upload your mom being like, Etta, yeah, great, Grandma's going to see this, Anthony is going to see this. I paint the guy's mouth pearly white on OnlyFans for lols ma. Grandma will understand the Sigma grind set. He's not going to get shit on the world. Or going to the sister man. Blows for the homies. Mom, it's just what bros do. Listen, are you truly a bro if you don't give him your protein shake?
got into this situation without realizing what it looked like. Additionally, if all of that wasn't bad enough, Connor didn't even put in an effort to make this interesting for the new crowd of gay guys who were signing up to him and Nikolai's OnlyFans to see some action. Based on one of the reviews that someone left, Nikolai does the work, so to speak, all on his own for 10 minutes straight, and right at the end, Connor comes in, collects the fluids while staying as far away from him as possible, and then drinks.
You imagine it like it's the unsexiest thing ever. They're like, we do not touch fingers. If the fingers touch, it's gay.
it, but not before he mixed it with some kind of berry sauce. After all that talk,
With berry sauce. I needed berry sauce with my cream. Otherwise I don't get it down. Good to know.
he couldn't even raw dog the man juice. He had to mix it with something sweet to get it down. What an absolute poser. But this—
what a poser, man. Fake gay.
was only the beginning. Within 1 month of this incident, Connor also
Drinking my own urine in public. I just had to read it out loud.
revealed he'd been drinking his own urine, which he celebrated by making an actual song about it.
With a glass of piss.
That's crazy.
My way so I can feel alright.
I was kidding before. Now you know, Cloudy, never joke.
My way and I can sleep at night. Every morning when I wake up, I'm putting my wee in my favorite cup.
A few days after this revelation, Connor added that his reasons for drinking man juice weren't just health related, but they were also spiritual. To justify this, he—
Guys, it was just spiritual. No jokes allowed, my bad. You should know that by now. To prove I'm gay, I'll write a song about it.
brings up a Gnostic sect from the 2nd century that believed that Jesus intended for his followers to also drink his own man juice. What he—
of course. As everyone knows how the Bible said it. Jesus followers. Jesus. Yes, of course, of course. How could I forget? This important. No, maybe we should ask a
neglected to mention is that this—
oh, it wasn't the blood of Christ. I knew it.
same group also advocated for people to smear their hands with a female time of the month excrement and—
You know what? You know what? Do some finger paintings, guys.
to eat babies. Unless Connor has some
Oh
serious—
yes, we eat babies.
Patrick Bateman stuff going on that we don't know about. I'm guessing that this is just him cherry-picking information to justify his histrionic whims, like usual. But as deranged as he already seemed, as April 2021 neared its end, his insanity kicked into high gear as he began—
Oh, Murphy, call me the happy hater. I was about to say happy hater.
making extremely incoherent uploads
Yeah, it's a very bad word, Ballistic B. How dare you type that out? Censor that immediately.
to his YouTube account, most of which got unlisted or outright taken down. The most apt way that I can describe these uploads is that Connor was trying to emulate the off-putting editing that Frank Yang had in his videos, but with—
as opposed to mail time of the month. Listen. It's real.
less than a tenth of the editing skills required to carry them out, resulting in a garbled mess of visuals with no—
You know what? I think that makes a lot of sense. Hi, Trisky! Hello!
discernible meaning. As the month of May began, one of Connor's ayahuasca trips seems to have transported the soul of a black person from 1980s New Orleans into Connor's body as he began speaking with an accent and just never stopped.
I apologize in advance for the particularly psychologically constructed inconvenience. I'm not giving a flying. It doesn't exist, motherfuckers. It doesn't exist. You're free.
Did he say the N-word while doing this?
You're free as a motherfucker. It's your infinite imagination.
For context, the rest of the video consists of him trying to play a Coldplay song on the violin and not doing a great job of it. As you can see behind him, his apartment is being overrun by indistinct trash, and funnily enough, despite his altered state, at about a minute in, he stops to admire himself.
It's your best birthday gift. Oh, is it your birthday, Turski? Happy birthday! And thank you. I know I've been gone for like 5 minutes.
Over the course of the following days, he grows increasingly—
I see you, Ranger.
manic, most of which was captured on his Instagram account, which, in turn, was covered by Derek from More Plates, More Dates.
Do you know what in the world right now is going on?
It's just normal.
You've been pranked, motherfucker.
What?
Coronavirus fucking real.
Coronavirus fucking real. It's just a prank, bro.
I'm surprised that post is still up, dude. Like, how'd that not get taken down?
While Derek completely blurs it out here, he mentions that Connor had just posted an Instagram story consisting of a screen recording that showed every single password he had saved on his phone, including the ones to his bank accounts. Even—
shit! You know what? Based.
for Connor's standards, this was pretty radical, and once again, people became concerned for his mental health. Within 1 day of Derek's upload, what people feared became true, and once again, Connor was going through a full-blown psychotic episode, very much in line with the last one. One interesting aspect of this, though, is that instead of targeting his parents like—
You know what? Why dox yourself when you can just post all your passwords? Hey, Void! Just got back from work. Hey. Go. Our move right there. You know what? You all got pranked. I leaked all my passwords. What was it that one judge said? Forgiveness is knowing to swallow when you want to spit. Oh no.
He did last time. This time he targeted none other than Jake Paul with a video titled Jake.
Oh no. Serious story time, of course. Prank.
Paul touched me without my consent. So this video starts out with another.
What? What is that head?
Other man's voice in the background, which means that there was someone else with him during this recording that, for whatever reason, wasn't doing anything to stop him from doing what he was about to do. Immediately, he goes right into his terrible acting and bizarre accent.
Yes. Guys, this video is
He got a turtle thing? Is that a Captain America thing? Glove? Glove? He got a Hogwarts Lego castle? I need really to take in the details here. He's surrounded by trash. Like the love chat of a fedora and a cowboy hat. Yes, that was what I was thinking. Yes, Abyssal. That is what he was apparently about. It's called style too. Said straight fashion. Sorry, I'm too gay to get it.
extremely hard for me to film. I know my videos have been silly recently, but this is 100% serious. I know I've been acting kind of crazy over the past year, and
just over the past year, guys.
Never really told anyone about this, but it all stems from one of the creepiest, most horrific experiences I had with Jake Paul around 2019.
Damn.
I've been afraid to tell this story because I feel like people won't believe me because I've lost credibility.
That's how straights attract the mate. Ah, they put on their mate gloves and their mate hat and a colorful scarf. Like a bird.
He's powerful as lawyers, and he scares the living hell out of me.
Moments after this, he claims that he only ever did ayahuasca in the first place because he was trying to recover from the trauma that Jake inflicted on him. However, it's clear this is yet another epic prank on Connor's part, as he pivots to inviting Jake to a naked wrestling match and claims that
What? Hey, you molested me? Anyway, let's wrestle naked. Yes. That is the only conclusion we can come out of here.
Jake is a hermaphrodite who gave him syphilis. Due to how long—
What? What? Wait.
To a naked wrestling match, and claims that Jake is a hermaphrodite who gave him syphilis. Due to how long past relevance Connor was, this really had no effect, and it only got the attention of people who were already well aware that Connor was out of his mind. In the effort of doing absolutely anything in order to get attention, he proceeds to drop more videos in which he rekindles his beef with H3H3, and most—
Totally straight, no dope. No, there's nothing gayer than a straight man. I keep getting flashbacks with words. Cloudy, I feel you, I feel you.
Damningly, Connor makes a very weird remark about himself.
This is serious, I repeat, this is serious. This is serious, I repeat, this is serious. I am a pedophile and I am—
Oh. You know what, I believe.
Admitting it for the better good. So essentially, H3H3 made me do it. You understand that? H3H3 made me do it. So to see how reality doesn't make much sense, same with things like prostitution. So essentially, I can just hire prostitutes and film it, and then it's considered pornography. Like, the law doesn't make any sense. That's why you're gonna follow me, because I'm the second coming of Jesus Christ. Duh.
What?
The explanation he gives for saying these things is that his TikTok account got banned for posting videos of his yoga sessions, but according to him, the platform allowed illegal content involving children to be posted. But if this was truly his motivation, he wouldn't—
He may be mentally ill. You think? You think, Cloudy? You sure about that? I mean, he sounds pretty sane to me.
Wouldn't have packaged the video this way. And to make matters worse, he goes on to claim that Leo Gura and his dad are in on it.
So essentially, we made some fake child pornography because TikTok is allowing child pornography. I want TikTok to go to hell and die because they deleted my account for doing prima sati yoga. They deleted my account for doing prima sati yoga when they allow child pornography on the sites. So TikTok, the only thing that you can possibly—
the mama makes excuse. It's always it.
do is say you're in on it to help spread the truth. You're in on it. Everyone's in on it. Leo Gura is in on it. My dad has been in on it. Okay, everyone is a genius. In fact, everyone is just playing this. You are the last person to be in line, and it will be the Hunger Games. There will be.
Oh, the Hunger Games are now in there too. Yes, thank you, Neon. Like the stream, even if he's mentally ill.
A great purge of love.
No matter how much he tries to
Ah, yes, the great purge of love. Who doesn't know about it? You get purged with love.
Frame these videos as some kind of avant-garde performance, it's clear there's little more to it than him just losing his mind.
So, yeah, let's have a giant war with China. There will be nukes go off, but I am the second coming of Jesus Christ, and I will protect all of you. We will do a giant meditation in Zilka Park, and we will have the extraterrestrials help us. You understand?
Of course, the extraterrestrials are also here now. Crazy. It gets older. Jesus is here. The extraterrestrials are here. There are Hunger Games. There's the Love Purge.
I can't wait to join you in heaven.
Is that a real woman? No. Is that a doll? That is sex. I feel like I have the feeling this is it's a mannequin head. I thought it was you know what I mean.
While Connor's sanity meter dried up at a freefall speed, one of the people who had been long familiar with his story, Kenny, tried to intervene
Trying to help Connor Murphy's mental breakdown.
and prevent him from further worsening the situation.
Because, alright, so I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard from people that you've been taking ayahuasca like every couple hours. I don't know if that's true.
Yes, that is true. And trust me, Kenny KO is definitely not taking ayahuasca every 2 hours either. And the government is not either. The government would never be in on it, would they?
The government is also in on it, with the extraterrestrials and the Hunger Games. And his girlfriend. Oh.
Okay, anyway, yes, I'm taking it every 2 hours.
Like, do you have people to talk to? I don't know if you're currently under the influence of psychedelics. Are you under the influence right now?
Hi.
Hey.
There's always...
Bro, imagine you're in bed beside someone and they are on a call like that.
There's orgies going on in Austin. It's 6th Street. It's a pure orgy.
So, I guess, are you under the influence right now?
Oh, stop! I just talked to the cops.
Have you seen him? Of course he is.
They loved it because they're in on it too. Check my story. Check my Instagram post. I just talked to the cops and they're in
Is
on
the
it.
cops because you talked to them or because people are calling them on you?
Both. I called them because I wanted to collaborate with them and also.
I wanted to collaborate with the cops, so I called them on me. What? Hi, 911, how can I help you? Hey, I want a collaboration. Come over.
So people are calling, and so it's very fun.
From his strange accent to all the bits of forced fake laughter he punctuates his speech patterns with, it's clear that he's been setting this up to eventually go back and claim that it was all a convoluted prank. This kind of dynamic has been
doing a collab stream with Officer McMahon.
Observed in other people who,
Oh
after
my
getting
god, it's Berger!
a lot of attention for humiliating themselves online, tried to rewrite the narrative as if it was their master plan all along, and they were the ones trolling the trolls. The only difference in Connor's
Guys, I wasn't really crazy. I was just pranking you all. Ah, thank you, random map builder. I need the hammer animation too. Need a small break from Connor. Okay, you will get it as soon as I figure out how I do it. Wait. Have it in a moment. And do this. Ah, there we go. Bang, 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 bang. Thank you very much. Pain. Hi, Gilla. I think it's 112 here. I'm forgetting it. Why do I call the police? I don't even know anymore, bro.
case is that he knows he'll humiliate himself beforehand, but that doesn't make it any better. As Kenny tries to extract something resembling a meaningful answer out of him, Connor just
Shirts off, pants down. Kenny KO. No, please keep the shirt on and the pants on. Thank you very much.
continues to say nonsensical bullshit.
So what's the end goal with what you're doing?
Worldwide orgy.
You know what? You know what? Good goal. It's good to have goals in minds. I'm in Germany. I have no idea what's happening on the internet. It's 112. Or 102. No, wait. 112 is the ambulance. No. 110 is the police in case you need it.
That's the end goal.
Yeah, for now.
Connor.
In another interaction between the two from this same time period, Kenny seemingly convinces him to stop doing ayahuasca every few hours. But as we know by now, Connor's words aren't exactly reliable.
I don't remember hours either. No German knows how to call the police.
So we can't necessarily take what he says at face value. A week after this interaction, a woman named Jane Conquest posted a half-hour video detailing her experience with Connor, saying that he initially seemed to be normal when they met in person for a video shoot.
You know, he seemed normal at first.
While she discovered during the shoot that he frequently did ayahuasca, she wasn't familiar with what that meant and assumed he was otherwise a regular content creator. A few
I don't know what ayahuasca is. So I thought it was just his vitamins.
weeks later, he invited
You yell police and hope for the best. Exactly, that's how we do it.
her over to his house despite them not having interacted since the last time they had met. When she got there, she immediately stumbled into the nightmarish hoarder hellhole that his house had become.
The stack of boxes was so huge that it took up half of the apartment and spilled out through the front door. Connor apologized for it being so messy, but said that he hadn't had time to clean because he'd been so busy making content.
I've just been so focused on getting up all this content.
Guys, I've been making so much content being crazy. I just couldn't clean.
Haven't had time to clean.
This took place when Connor was already well into his episode, but even then, Jane maintained that most of it was played up for attention, as whenever the cameras were off, he behaved a lot more normal. As she helped him clean up his place, she discovered rotten food.
Bro, imagine you go to a random dude's house where you wanted to go make content together, apparently, and it's all trash, and you help him clean up. That's so sweet. It's so sweet, but don't do that. If his fucking house is trash, don't go in there.
All over his apartment, left in places nowhere near his kitchen. After hours of cleaning up, which she was doing by herself since all Connor did was
Brr. I would have left.
Wander around aimlessly inside his own apartment, Jane asked him for water, at which point he revealed that he had no water in his apartment.
What?
And they'd have to go to the grocery store to get some. When they went to his car to drive to the store, it turned out that his Porsche was overloaded with garbage and literally
Girl, that's when you run. Run!
Stinking. But despite her suggestion of using her car, he insisted that they drive there in his rat-infested Porsche. While she didn't know at the time,
You know what? My good old rat-infested Porsche. Don't worry. They don't bite. I trained them. There's also a raccoon in the back somewhere, but don't mind him. That's just Rogers.
he was under the influence of ayahuasca as he drove, and halfway to the store, he decided that they'd be going to the park to shoot content. Of course,
No, that's how you run, girl. Girl, run.
by content, Connor meant more incoherent ramblings, which according to Jane, he spent hours upon hours recording, all while she still needed water. Once it became dark out, they finally went to get some water, and Connor also bought a bunch of other random items that totaled over $200. Based on how much random trash was piled up at his place, he most likely engaged in this kind of impulse buying on a daily basis. When they got
Exactly, that's when you call the girl squad for the rescue, who just accidentally walk past you and you're like, oh my god, hi friends.
home, Jane went to put the groceries in the fridge, and it was at this moment that she entered the kitchen for the first time, only to accidentally stumble upon something dark.
That is when I went into the kitchen for the first time. There was ayahuasca all over the counter. I asked Connor,
And then I realized ayahuasca was a drag.
how often do you do ayahuasca? And he said, every 2 hours. I did not know that Connor was high until then because he mixed
How did you not know?
ayahuasca with like health juices, and so I only saw him drinking those.
This frequency is the kind of thing that will definitely give you long-lasting brain damage, so it's not surprising that he was behaving erratically. Jane also includes a few clips that she recorded without Connor's knowledge, and it turns out that while his extremely manic behavior is a lot tamer when he's not shooting, he does the fake New Orleans accent constantly. Finally, after
Girl! Listen, for anyone who doesn't know, this is after the first 2 red flags is when you won.
an entire day of cleaning and recording Connor's
And when the whole house is trash, that's the first flag where you won.
rants, Jane went home. But once she left, the person
finally.
who introduced her to Connor, Andrew, went to Connor's house. Andrew was shocked by the state of Connor's place, as according to him, it was usually very organized.
You let him drive. How do you let this man drive?
He immediately connected the dots and realized that the hoarding
At least she survived, yeah. Yeah, that's something. This lady would have died in horror movie. You know, in a horror movie, she would have been that girl. Oh my god, a creepy noise. Let's check it out. Oh my god, blood on the floor. That's so creepy.
a symptom of Connor's constant tripping, and he had a long conversation with Connor about taking a break from the substances, which according to him, Connor agreed to. But, of course, he was lying.
What the fuck is that hair? Another hair system?
And immediately after Andrew left, he continued to trip, and that is the moment when he leaked all of his passwords and bank info online.
Every single password on his phone that is saved, like every single account he has and the email associated with it, so like Bank of America, Amazon, even his Bang Energy password apparently, or the account to log in.
I love how he scrolls it. His bank account. Oh, let me check.
When Jane returned the next day, there were even more packages and trash in his house.
Why do you go back there, Jane? Of course her name is Jane. Jane! Jane, don't go back there. Why do you go back into the horror house of rats?
And he claimed to have only slept for 30 minutes that night, back when he had his first psychotic
And
break.
that's when you go away again.
He made a similar claim about not having slept for a whole week. When Jane asked him to delete his bank info from Instagram, as he had already lost $9,000 as a consequence, he answered, claiming that,
You know, Jane be like, I felt bad for him.
since he was God, he had to give it to his followers. Now,
Of course. You know, oh, fuck. I wish I would have been a follower since then. You know what? If God decides to give me money, who am I to question it?
The actual question is, where were the police in all of this? Well, apparently, they were pretty useless in this situation, as they couldn't seem to commit Connor to a psych ward despite his circumstances. Meanwhile, Jane, along with a couple of other people, including a
No, Jane! Jane, you go away! Jane!
mental health counselor who was concerned for him, spent the next few days trying to clean his apartment and get him to stop using substances.
Jane! Jane, why do you care for this guy's house?
And start going to the gym again to return to his normal state. However effective—
You know what? I know what will fix him. Gym. Only gains can save them.
this strategy was for a brief period, Jane was eventually advised to stop visiting Connor as his behavior was escalating.
Duh!
Now, he was fixated on a plan to fake his own death by crashing his Porsche, and even after being dissuaded from this idea by a counselor—
You know what? At least he will be rid of the rats in the Porsche, so thanks God for the 333. Based God, thank you. Amen.
He became very aggressive with the people who were still at his place, helping him clean it up. After this absolute peak of intensity, he started a live—
There's a line of his regular voice mixed in that says, please help me, please help, I'm dying, and I'm going to kill myself. Burst. I don't think he's long for this world anymore.
Stream in which he announced he was going to take his own life. Fortunately, this did not happen, as instead he just took a bike ride to the park and came back. Although it seems that at this
You know what? If I ride the bike, I'm also like, guys, I'm going to die.
point, he was under the delusion that he and Jane had become engaged due to a joke video
That's what you get, Jane. That was what happens when you clean a guy's house.
recorded days prior. During this part of his episode, someone contacted Jane to inform her that Connor was on Discord, sending people voice notes of himself.
Look this shit up. Look up urine therapy, up eating your own feces, because it's like a so essentially
Please don't eat your own feces.
you intake the feces and the bacteria are attenuated bacteria and is a perfect it's just like taking a mother it's quite people have been doing it since ancient times. That's why dog eats the shit when they
You know, there's a reason why they did it in ancient times and don't do it anymore.
are sick. I would look that up because I think that could cure you in a week, but I could be wrong.
You know what? Eating your own shit will cure you in a week.
I've known to be grandiose.
After he doxed
I've been known to be grandiose.
himself and his entire family, he started making claims about owning illegal material, which attracted the attention of law
Is it his feces?
enforcement, although he had an
Thank you, B. Everyone has cleaned at least one loser's house. It's the canon event. That's why we all know you don't clean a loser's house. It's not worth it. It's not urine anymore. Now it's feces. We already had the urine.
easy time redirecting them. Now, when he's talking to
You're so good. You get 10,000 other diseases.
cop, he also makes a random mention of H3H3 Productions, and the reason why is because one of Connor's consistent delusions is that H3H3 is running a CP operation. Eventually, the counselor who was visiting Connor on a daily basis finally made a little bit of progress and got him to throw out some of his ayahuasca stash, but after days of Connor
But only some. But only some of it. Pain. Hit me with your car. Yes, it is indeed pain.
updating his social media every 15 minutes, he went completely dark. And when Jane went to his apartment to see if his car was there, she found
Jane! What the fuck, Jane? Stop. Stop going to his fucking apartment.
was gone. The first thought on everyone's mind was that he had carried out his plan and crashed his Porsche. While trying to put the pieces together and reverse engineer what Connor had been doing over the past couple of days, Jane discovered that Connor had done the same thing he did with her with another girl. This girl, named Teresa, was invited over to his house.
Teresa, no.
With another guy for no particular reason. And during their stay, Connor developed the delusion that this 19-year-old girl was actually a 15-year-old who was also a prostitute named Wanda, and so he started publicly posting about this girl online. There's no real explanation as to why this happened, but it is at this point that Teresa revealed a new piece of information, which was that after
Listen, if this guy is like, no, you're actually 15. Your name's Wanda. No, it's not. You don't go back to his house.
particularly bad overnight bender, Connor's father called him up and told him to go to a mental hospital, saying that he would be flying to where Connor was the next day. While it seemed that Connor initially complied before anyone knew what he was about to do, he smashed his computer to the point that it was unusable and wiped his phone before giving it, along with all of his credit cards, to a few of his friends, before leaving
Research Jane, run!
his house to, in his own words, go to the beach. Although his phone was locked,
Me, when I go to the beach, I also like to be dramatic and be like, I destroy everything I own. I will be gone. Goes to the chills in the water.
behind an Apple ID, calls were still coming through to it, and eventually, Connor called his own phone.
Okay, because this is very interesting. I need you to go to the police immediately because when I tried to go to the psych ward, there was a man, his name was, and he's working for the government. He is with Jake Paul and H.
Oh no. Now the government is working with Jake Paul and H3.
In case you're confused what's going on here, Connor is claiming that he's being held hostage by a man he met in the psych ward, although the proof that this man even existed was never provided. When the police were contacted over these claims, they discovered that the phone number Connor was calling from belonged to a random college student, and it's unknown how Connor even got
Just stole a random college student's phone. It was like, I'm being held hostage.
access to that person's phone. Finally, after all of this back and forth over the course of 10 days and the involvement of Connor's family and the police, his sister notified everyone that Connor was now in an
I don't know anything about the comments on his post. I only know about the awful comments and DMs I get. Regardless, he is in an institution right now because that's what my parents and I, mostly my parents, lol, felt was the right choice.
institution and not in any kind of
Hi,
danger.
Purple Art! Yes, I'm back for my walk. For my walk in the woods and the buying of milk and the buying of cigarettes.
A little while after this situation had been kind of resolved, Micah, one of the people who was frequently visiting Connor to help him, posted a compilation of recordings.
Why are there so many people who walk to his house without being forced? Their own free will.
During his stay with Connor, showing just how deranged he was during this period.
I just took some ayahuasca and it's really absolutely disgusting.
What? Okay. I will not question that sentence.
Tastes like Brian Venus, and trust me, I've been there many times. My name is Stewie Griffin in Belle Delphine. You like this? I'm about to eat some vegan macaroni and cheese. Vegan, it's made out of plants, just like your...
Me, when I get my midnight snack at 3 a.m.
It takes me back to my childlike sense of wonder. That childlike sense of wonder. Let's see, I forgot what I'm going to say. I'm not very smart in the video, but anyway, Belle Delphine. Would you like to engage? Of the Cuddle Kingdom.
Unfortunately, unlike his last stay at the
Would you go to this man's cuddle kingdom?
ward, which was long enough to instill a sense of normalcy in him that lasted a few months at least.
Wait. Can I do it? Wait. Ooh.
Least, he got out as soon as he could, and it was very clear that nothing had improved.
What do you mean? He's doing great.
I made it out. I made it out. I'm out of the psych ward. I'm out of the...
He looks great. He really did improve. I'm glad they did good work on him.
As soon as he was back, he started uploading more of his nonsensical, conceptual videos, this time centered around the idea that he had taken his own life.
Oh no, why is that Dear Evan Hansen? Who said it earlier? Rip Connor Murphy.
life and reincarnated as someone named Seven Son. This particular delusion seems to have been kicked off by a theater play called Dear
No, who said it earlier? Who said it earlier?
Evan Hansen, which has a character called Connor Murphy who takes his own life. Now, besides acting, he was also convinced that he was a singer.
Love of mine.
This is Falgi after 10 years of content.
Y'all are so divine. I know I crossed the line. I feel my soul fading to black.
After this, he released a video that wasn't archived, in which he released the book he started writing during his first psychotic break in 2020, and then
I predicted it.
Continued to write during his 40-day fast. Now, I'm not going to get into the minutia contained in this book due to a lot of it being totally...
I started out meditating just 5 minutes every day. Wow, I had no idea how such a small sacrifice could change my perception. Oh my god, I need to read his book.
just like unreadable, but we do have a
I'll be feeding him the drugs though. Thank you, Cloudy. Thank you for your service.
Highlights here that I would like to point out. They're very jokery. Who do you want to truly be? Someone who's normal and suffering, or someone who's crazy and happy? If you ask
You know what? It's so deep.
yourself that question and look deep enough within, you'll start to realize that the urge to be normal is true insanity. You'll start to realize that people like me aren't the ones in psychosis. Humanity is. Truly.
It's so deep. So true.
The guy who needs to take copious amounts of psychoactive substances every 2 hours is the one who's really happy. Go off king. Soon after this little tidbit, he starts criticizing society's perception of psychedelics and says
Ayushka.
that he has absolutely no idea what could have caused the negative PR it has. Again, an astounding lack of self-awareness. I cannot think of anyone who has done more negative PR for psychedelics
I have a weak immune system. I ain't cuddling nothing.
than Connor Murphy. Even more ironic is that he immediately follows it up by saying that those substances need to be taken responsibly. But
exactly, you just have to take these drugs very responsibly, like every 2 hours.
as we know, if anyone should have heard this advice, it was Connor. As far as what got him to go down this path in the first place, he credited music festivals and
Falgi, drink this, not this. Now go cover the 100th jar of apology video.
author Sam Harris, who advocated for psychedelic use under specific circumstances, among a few other pop philosophers like Eckhart Tolle. The thing about Sam Harris is, before he became known as an online intellectual, he was one of
He looks like a bubblehead.
the leading figures of new atheism in the 2000s. And of course, Connor was very interested in that as well. In a passage he wrote about his early life, he said, "I was raised in a standard Catholic household. Religion stopped making sense to me at a very young age. From a young age, I was always a critical thinker. Somehow, I was just resistant to brainwashing. I didn't believe any
That's every teenager ever. Which one of you teachers said yes to that? What do you mean? You don't want to go to the Cuddle Kingdom? Reads like every teenager ever. I've always been special, you know? I've always been kinda immune to brainwashing. This wouldn't work on me.
anyone or anything until I thought it through with logic. I don't know where this
Logic. Whoops.
superpower came from, but it truly is a superpower. This open-mindedness is what allowed me to experience a
Guys, I'm just so open-minded. I'm just such an empath. That's why I'm different.
spiritual awakening so early in life. But back then, it was the cause of a lot of suffering. I felt segregated from the rest of my community, and I had to hide this feeling for my entire childhood.
Yeah, welcome to every teenager ever.
How could I be the only one that thought this way? How could every single person I knew blindingly believe a story out of a book? I was frustrated by how arrogant religious people are. How do they know their way
Welcome to every atheist teenager ever.
the truth? And how can they be so discriminatory to people who don't think the same way as they do? I started to realize there's no way these people truly believe in their religion. There is no way a person can truly
Oh, I have an empath to tell you about. Oh my god, Claudia, I'm looking forward to it.
believe that in just a few decades, they'll spend the rest of eternity in heaven, yet still be so unhappy. It's impossible. I was right. Knowing what I know now, if you are truly free from the illusion
No, Mom, it isn't a face. This is what happens if it's truly not a face. You are now an insane adult.
death, if you truly believe a part of you is eternal and lives after the body dies, it is 100% impossible to be unhappy. It just is. Now, if you just have faith, if you're only 95% sure of an afterlife, it's extremely possible to be unhappy. In fact, it's impossible to reach true happiness. I've always acknowledged that I'd rather be a blissful schizophrenic than a depressed, realist PhD.
Listen, I'd rather be happy and crazy than unhappy and normal. Oh. I'm sure I have a diary somewhere from where I was 16 where I said something that sounded suspiciously like that.
PhD in neuroscience. The issue was, no matter what I did, I couldn't get myself to believe in the fantasy. My logical mind just wouldn't let me do it. It's quite interesting to see how Connor describes religious people as arrogant and immediately bridge it to claiming that none of them are capable of being happy. And only he, with his greater understanding and logical superpowers, can truly be happy. I mean, I don't know. He didn't seem too much of a jolly fellow when he was trying to uncover the H3H3 Keemstar CP conspiracy that he made up in his mind. The book closes with Connor expressing his frustration at the doctors and society in general, who expected him to live without the level of stimulation that he got from his drug-addled psychotic state.
Nothing ever stimulated me as much as this drugs get.
I think it became clear at this point for everyone that if you look past all of Connor's philosophical meandering, at heart
That's why it's important for every teenager to have a depressed edgelord phase, otherwise this will happen. This is when you don't live out your edgelord phase long enough, and then it will just stay forever. That is why you get an emo haircut, a diary, and blast loud sad music.
he's really just a drug addict. He wants to feel high forever, and despite how much he denies it, he is totally unhappy with the fact that people expect him to do anything besides getting high. As a matter of fact, he's unhappy whenever he isn't experiencing a high. Right around the same time that Connor got out of the psych ward, More Plates, More Dates made an update to this story, which happens to include another fitness creator, Leo, and longevity. Keep that name in mind, because it's definitely going to come up later.
Leo!
In the meantime, it was revealed that Connor had a Discord server for his closest followers, because
God, hey Zeus, happy Tata.
Yes, he somehow had some followers left, most of whom were as deranged as he was.
Oh.
So, yesterday...
Connor Murphy's Divine Protein Shake. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. It's cool.
When Connor Murphy was streaming, right, I was drinking my own Divine Protein Shake. Okay, so many people might find that it's disgusting.
Immediately upon
it's cool.
his return, Connor tried to get all of his followers to go to Leo Gura's forum and implicitly claimed that Leo was responsible for what had been happening to Connor. Leo quickly
He is responsible for the coom.
took action, banning any discussion of Connor and his antics to prevent any situation from developing. In better news, a little while after his return, despite him maintaining the RIP Connor Murphy facade, he started golfing again, which is at the very
You know what? At least he went back to his psychotic hobby. Somehow this is worse than the drugs.
least better than being alone in his apartment all day. During this period, he also became obsessed with framing his entire life as if it were
I thought he was not wearing pants.
a Hollywood production, which
Oh, he's wearing pants, okay.
suppose comes from the fact that his acting career had failed to launch. Another fixation that came with it was coming out as gay, for reasons I have yet to really figure out.
So, concurrently, I am sitting here about to play some songs
Oh my god, he even got the gay accent.
you guys, but you're gonna help me write a coming out as gay song. I am gonna come out as gay in a lyrical tune, and you are going to help me. Thank you. I am Jesus.
I can't believe that Jesus is gay.
I am the second coming of Jesus. Yes, that is very true. I'm the best golfer on the planet. I'm the best at everything, but I'm also the most unintelligent because everyone is in on it. So you see, I am just realizing that there has been a play going on called...
Fortunately, this time around, his mania was taking place within the safe confines of his father's supervision, which seemed to, at least in the short term, curb the super self-destructive aspects of his
You can't blame the straights for this one. Yes, I can. He was so straight it circled back to being gay.
behavior. Kenny also eventually did another follow-up interview with Connor.
Connor Murphy's dad speaks out. Locked him psych ward in the truth about everything.
Which has some pretty interesting moments.
Hey Mike, what's your thoughts on Connor ingesting?
Oh, I think that's the most thing.
However tenuous this balance that they struck seemed, it was much better than what Connor had before. So for a brief time, things looked slightly better, but that didn't mean that Connor wasn't being Connor.
So why am I making this video? One, because I'm the second coming of Jesus Christ and I need you to listen.
You're wearing blue lipstick. You know what? At least he stayed within the lip line. His mother disowned him. Only his dad is still there.
To me, please. Send this to all the news outlets that you can possibly think of. Drama Alert, Scarce, Philip DeFranco, and tell them that I am evil. Second of all, I'm doing a play for mental health awareness. It's called Dear Evan Hansen. I'm playing off the play Dear Evan Hansen because reality...
Please do not make a play for mental healthness. Please do not make a play of Dear Evan Hansen.
They play. It is God's play. Okay? You are God, looking through different windows.
His illusion...
Guys, you all are God, looking through different windows. Did you know? What kind of window are you looking through?
continued to ramp up as he was convinced that he was banned from a golf tournament.
Oh, it's filter lighting. Aww. I thought he was doing a fabulous lipstick. Now I'm sad. Wayne, why did you have to say this?
for being gay, and began telling people online that he had never taken ayahuasca and that it was all part of the—
Guys, I was never taking ayahuasca. It was just the gay. Hi, metal man. How are you? I'm doing great. Back to crazy people.
Play, in his own words. For whatever reason, these beliefs inspired him to read unedited passages of Huckleberry Finn that that contain the N-word, and only those ones.
Listen, it's okay to say it when you read it from a book.
It's at this point that he tried to turn his small following into a cult that recognized him as the second coming, but fortunately, it never came to fruition. After announcing himself as a new member of the Flat Earth community, his ability to string together a coherent sentence came and went, and within the following weeks, things grew increasingly bizarre once again. He was accused of multiple non-consensual interactions by a girl named Lauren, and these interactions actually became high profile enough that it was covered by Business Insider. According to the article, Lauren said that she took issue with Connor not wearing a condom and said he could have an STD, to which he replied, "I am God, it's impossible."
Honey, can you please use a condom? I am God. I cannot have STD. I cannot have STD.
The article also
just let it happen. You cannot get pregnant, I am God. If I do not will it.
Contains a screenshot of the DMs that she sent to Connor, demanding that he take their video down, claiming that he did, indeed, give her an STD, and reiterating that he had taken advantage of her. The author of the article also contacted the police in Lauren's area to confirm that she had indeed filed a report on Connor to ensure that this wasn't a publicity
I'm doing that next time. Yes, Cloudy, please. Just say, I am God. We do not need protection.
stunt, and
We're going over Connor Murphy.
Indeed, a report had been filed. Lauren also claims that Connor had a fixation with engaging in intercourse with her while she slept, completely unprompted, which would also fall in the category of assault. Connor eventually responded to her in a now privated video, where he actually behaved normally for once, and showed that Lauren had signed a contract to do OnlyFans videos with him. There seems to be proof in his video that the activities that went—
my last two, please reply. I just need to lay in your bed, please. I do not feel okay.
On between them were indeed consensual.
Alright guys, so I'm here with my sister Morgan. So not only did this girl that I'm going to show you and have this conversation with accuse me of raping her, but she accused me of raping my sister.
And now he's going to accuse her of rape.
In order to get back at me and try and turn my friends against me. So I would just, Morgan, did anything like that ever happen?
No. But despite how intense the situation was, it was only the beginning.
You know what, Wayne? Fair point. God got a woman pregnant without meeting her. Of course, she'll get mega pregnant if she doesn't defend him.
He proceeded to record himself eating sand from a—
Of course, that is the next logical step. Get accused of rape, say you did not do it, and then eat sand.
a beach. He made a video of him kissing other guys
See, I could not have raped her. I am gay.
on the lips. Claimed to have gotten himself kicked out of his dad's house. He got adopted by another family and shaved his head
He's now the gay adopted son. He's speedrunning the gay experience.
completely bald. Invaded a golf course in the middle of a tournament in the name of gay pride. Got back
You know what? Gay pride.
together with a girl who got an article about him written
Wait, how did he get back to marry with a girl? Wait, I thought you were gay. I am shocked.
accusing him of non-consensual activities, and then tried to make it out as if the accusations were all part of
Now famous for taking his shirt off, says hallucinogenic changed his life. No one excuse.
the play.
So anyway, we're gonna try not to cut off the 4 hits here. Anyway, I'm here with Lauren in San Diego. Say hi, Lauren. And what did I pull, Lauren? What did we
Lauren does not look happy.
pull? Can you say the words? Because I know it's your word.
Uno reverse card.
Uno reverse card. Yay. Anyway.
By the way, I should also mention that during this period, he was frequently alternating between his New Orleans accent, his impression of Stewie from Family Guy, and also Mickey Mouse.
Why, hello, I'm Mickey Mouse, and this is a family
You have to say his Mickey Mouse voice is not that bad.
friendly channel. Who is my sister? And this video is part of a play. It's a plan. Here's a clue. 31st of May. You can get away with anything if you're gay, so get in on the plan today.
You get away with anything if you're gay, so get in on the plane. What? Being Stewie. That's why he's bald, exactly. Not all people who eat sand are rapists, but all rapists eat sand.
While he had failed to turn his following into his cult and personal army, he continued to claim to have a cult, specifically a cult primarily composed of Asian computer hackers. After this,
Of course, he got the Asian's computer. Selling myself as a the sort of thing they should have played doing there. Hey kids, don't do drugs, so you'll end up like this guy. You know what? I think this is he should be in every educational video about why you shouldn't do drugs.
Announced that he would be selling himself as a slave, and after that, he recorded himself eating his own excrement. And then he filmed himself.
You know, it always goes back to the poo-poo eating.
Engaging in intercourse with a latex doll with a picture of H3H3's wife, Ela Klein, on the head of the doll. When he
So what does fuck, where did the poll went? There. Only 21% of you would go to his cuddle kingdom. That's crazy.
He finished, he ate what came out. He ate what came out. Okay?
He ate his own splooge out of the doll. I'm sure now his parents are proud of him.
He ate it. He ate it. Now it seems like he was doing these things partially because he was crazy.
I don't wanna cuddle.
Also partially
You know
for
what,
attention.
fair.
But when it didn't get him the attention he was really craving, he claimed that he had predicted an explosion that took place in December, and he then invited his cult to make a diss track on Leo Gura.
Painting in the brain. If I told you how I met your mother, you go more insane. Not conceding to reality, no biological birth. But Miss Gura begs to differ as she compliments my girth.
One of the patterns you may have noticed with
You know what? Kind of slaps. Kind of slaps. Not gonna lie. I want to check it out.
at this point is to gratuitously bring up other people with whom he had some kind of static or beef in the past to rile their community up by any means necessary, without any provocation. When that didn't work either, he made an Instagram post claiming
We
that he
are
had gotten
pregnant!
and Lauren, the same girl who had accused him of unconsensual interactions, pregnant. He followed this up by making a video with his parents, his real parents.
Bruh, his mom is hiding behind her iPad. She doesn't want to be anywhere near that. Dad is just like, at least she ain't gay.
Where he claimed that Lauren had been adopted by them and was now his sister. There's so much.
What? What? Hi, Akumu! You want to go to the cuddle castle? The dew is back, indeed. Been gone for 5 minutes. So, yeah, he got the girl pregnant, and then the parents adopted the girl, so now technically he got his adopted sister pregnant. Okay. Why not? Why not? Everyone gets asked if they want to join the cuddle castle. Akumu, did you know you can see God in the bathtub? What is the collared castle? Not the collared castle, the cuddle castle. Connor Murphy wants to invite you to the cuddle castle.
Downright nonsensical stuff from this period that it's barely worth covering as Connor continued to descend into insanity. In late 2021, he attempted a kind of revival by collaborating with another fitness YouTuber and bringing back his regular prank content. But whenever Connor did something new where
God damn it. Not those pranks again. Exactly, the cuddle castle. You know about the cuddle castle? Colored castle is something cloudy, no!
he was seemingly sane for 1 second, everyone knew that it was just a matter of time before he had another meltdown. As the developments in his story seemed to slow down, in May 2022...
Sorry, I didn't upload. I've been in a mental hospital for 2 weeks. Again.
YouTuber Sunny V2 covered Connor, and in response, a few months later, Connor made a nearly 2-hour-long documentary about himself, framing it as if it were a real movie. In it, he claims that all of the time that he dedicated to fitness and bodybuilding was done with the explicit purpose of infiltrating that community and subverting it from the inside. Again, this is a...
You know what? Of course, he just wanted to get in with the crazies and get them to see God in the bathtub.
Another one of his attempts to rewrite his own narrative to make it grander than it actually is. Despite all of this talk about ego death, he is obsessed with how he's perceived, and he's desperate
Just glad you're back. And I hope things get better. Yeah, it's getting good. It's been good. I'm happy to be back. Hope you're doing good too.
Inject some kind of meaning into everything that's been happening since his first meltdown in 2020. The possibility that all of his enlightenment was just a grandiose waste of time was the one possibility that Connor consistently neglected. But right as the time was coming for yet another rehash of the same antics, something different happened. Just as Connor was preparing to move in with fellow fitness YouTuber Tony Huge in Thailand to do Ladyboy content, the other person who...
It sounds like a joke sentence. I'm moving in with Tony Huge in Thailand to do Ladyboy content.
was living with Tony, the aforementioned Leo and longevity,
You
suddenly
know,
passed away.
ladyboy content. Don't you know about it? Long and longevity YouTuber Leo X. Oh.
According to the women who found Leo's body and fitness YouTuber John Bravo, who covered Leo's passing in depth,
John Bravo was there.
Leo hadn't interacted with anyone for a while prior to his untimely passing, and the cause of his death was mysterious. While it wasn't obvious someone else was responsible for what happened to him, it was also unlikely that he took his own life, as he had a wife and 2 kids at the time of his death. Additionally, there was some bruising on his body that could have indicated some kind of struggle. While Tony lived in the same house as Leo, he was allegedly away for the time
Suddenly went true crime.
as he was recording content with Connor, so he didn't find out until after the fact. When an autopsy was conducted by Thai officials, the results were kept from the public, and the possibility of foul play wasn't ruled out, which spurred on a lot of speculation and rumors. The police found that the doorknob from the inside of the bathroom Leo's body was found in had been forcefully pulled out of the door, which would be pretty consistent if Leo had been locked in from the outside. The place he was living was also in a general state of disrepair, with things strewn all over the place, but upon searching it carefully, police found steroids, weed, antidepressants, and sleeping pills. Even more concerning is that just a few days prior to his passing, he posted an Instagram story where he expressed a wish to move to another country. Eventually, the authorities did release the pre-autopsy report that listed the cause of death as murder. After Leo's passing, whenever Tony Hughes returned to the city of Pattaya, he claimed that there were people following him, whom he referred to as stalkers. In an interview that Tony gave to John Bravo over a year after Leo's passing, he alleged that Leo had gotten involved with a woman and assaulted her. Because of the circumstances of Leo's death, people were already
went to, here's this crazy guy anyway, and then the murder probably happened.
Pretty suspicious of Tony for quite some time, but this interview invited even more negative attention. In the comments, people pointed out that Tony's story changed many times, with one of the strangest aspects being that he was there to hear Leo assaulting this woman, but despite literally hearing her scream for help, he did nothing to stop it, and didn't tell anyone about it after the fact.
She was screaming, and he was trying to, like, choke her.
Yeah, and you were like, come back later. If I died of Tony Huge, don't tell anyone, I'm embarrassed.
Stop her from screaming, and it just made her scream more. So that's what his argument was. I mean, she wasn't drunk, but maybe she's crazy, you know?
Of course, the woman was crazy. So you hear your buddy being with a woman and the woman screaming, and you're like, yeah, gotta go do my lifting.
I don't think she's crazy. I just think she'd never been in this situation before. I think she was just freaked out because she'd never been with like a more masculine, aggressive guy. And
What? It's just about it's like when you're with a muscular guy.
I'm not saying, I haven't said anything about like whether what I think is bad or good.
Yeah.
But I will say
what
that the way Leo was with women works.
Either he's lying here.
What? Bruh.
To besmirch Leo and suggest that what happened to him came as a consequence of what he supposedly did to this woman, or this did happen, and Tony thinks that that kind of situation is normal.
This is some kind of the red pill stuff that I wanted him to talk about.
So no matter which of the two it is, he is the what the fuck?
About more, because although I never saw it go to that extreme, I did see a lot of it, and it was interesting because in my situation, I'm the one being abused by the women, and Leo said it's because I'm not
because you're too
using
easy.
my
Yeah, you're
masculine
too
power to keep them in check.
You're too easy going.
And so he's keeping the women in check, and I'm not keeping them. And which one's better? Like
Red pill stuff, yeah.
his way is the Muslim way, or whatever the Middle Eastern thing is.
What? What is happening?
Is what he says.
Neither option is really good, and regardless of which is true, Connor didn't really heed this as any kind of good warning sign, and instead, he moved in with Tony in Thailand, meaning he was walking into a pretty dangerous situation, and that, combined with his proclivity to crash out due to substance abuse, was definitely not a good combination. While it is true that the year 2022 was relatively uneventful compared to previous years, it was full of more milestones in Connor's decline.
Is that the ladyboy content?
He continually steeped himself deeper in pretty much just not safe for work content, eventually outright filming an entire video with a ladyboy, none of which I want to see or would even show you if I could for obvious reasons. He also boldly got back on steroids and—
How I doubled my testosterone! Feminism made me clinically insane! Of course, now it's feminism's fault. As feminists condemn masculinity, labeling it as toxic.
Bit of right-wing bait content.
Toxic masculinity. The phrase that
What the
ruined
fuck is that mustache?
my life. As feminist propaganda percolated through Western society, the masculine identity I had created seemed no—
What the fuck?
no longer welcome.
I actually identify as a woman.
I should mention that this bait content was particularly malicious since in these videos where he's doing kind of a conservative YouTuber act, he seems to be specifically imitating Leo in longevity, which was taken by some as him and Tony purposely mocking Leo after his passing. Additionally, in his Not Safe for Work video with a ladyboy, he reenacted Leo's death.
Basically, he was having
What? The classic porn star stash.
sex with a man, not going to say the word on here, a man that looks like a woman. And while they were having sex, something happened. That man, who looks like the woman, knocked him out, and he was wearing a black shirt, the same as when Leo died, and he's knocked down with no pants on the floor, and it looked like the bathroom scene when Leo's body was found.
Pairing this with how quickly Connor moved into Leo's room after his passing, and how many believe
Listen, my boy died of mysterious circumstances, might have been murder, but hey, free room! Bruh.
that Tony is somehow implicated, this makes an extremely morbid picture. In 2023, Connor created a new
Even woman, look at me.
YouTube channel, although the content was still the same, with most of it being Connor repeatedly rehashing his own story and occasionally attempting to respond to the people who made videos about him. Ultimately, this is the kind of content he has reduced.
Message to the fitness influencer who ruined my life. With more plates, more dates. Become a porn star to cure porn addiction. You know what? What? I think he's onto something. I publicly exposed myself to overcome. I faked my death in front of 2 million.
Himself to releasing. For someone who pontificated so much about being free and not following people's expectations, he seems to have mentally locked himself in to endlessly reliving his 2020 meltdown and then
Is that his Jesus costume or his ladyboy costume?
reacting to how other people reacted to it. Because of it, he keeps doing the same thing over and over again, year after year, expecting something to change. It is the definition of insanity.
To end it all in the same setting from which I began this crazy chapter of my social media content.
And there's a reason why I'm...
Bruh. He went so fast from actually almost convincingly looking like he's crying and then mule face.
saying goodbye to you all exclusively.
What he doesn't seem to realize is that when people feel compelled to relive a situation that happened in their life, it's usually because they suffered some kind of trauma that they haven't yet understood. Like I said before, he needs to believe that he's happy and that he didn't make any mistakes. Otherwise, he has to confront the possibility.
What do you mean he never made any mistake? From guzzling another guy's sploosh to his own excrements and everything else. He never did anything wrong. His parents just weren't proud of him. They were never happy.
Through 5 years of his life and countless opportunities down the drain, which is a pretty grim prospect for a 30-year-old man to consider. And this inability to self-reflect leads him to his episodes, each worse than the last. On May 1st, 2024, a Thai news outlet published an article reporting that Connor had hit his girlfriend with a golf club, claiming that it was for content creation.
See? What did I say in the beginning? Never trust someone who's into golf. They will use it to try to murder you.
According to the people who called the incident into the
Guys,
police,
it was just a prank. It was just a prank.
Connor was screaming incoherently and destroying household items, and when the cops got there, he locked himself in the bathroom. The fact that Connor assaulted his Thai girlfriend and proceeded
his face
to lock himself in the bathroom is something that a lot of people feel is reminiscent of the speculations around Leo and longevity story, which just makes the entire thing really, really ominous. Eventually, audio of Connor screaming during the incident was released, and it's just as funny as it is haunting.
Bruh.
Recordings of the state Connor left the house in show that the entire place was absolutely trashed and that there was blood all over the place. And it turns out he wasn't just living with his girlfriend, but also her 16-year-old sister. This in and of itself adds an entire other dimension of questionability to the entire situation, since in the best case scenario, this teenage girl had to witness her sister get pummeled with a golf club. Despite his claims that all of this was for content and no one actually got hurt, Connor got a massive gash on his body from, according to the article, being cut with a large piece of glass. Around a month after the incident, he ended up posting a short video.
Why does he have a blue doll? But it did get worse every other sentence.
In which he suggested that the gash was the result of an attack from his girlfriend, although this isn't confirmed.
Meet Lucy, a realistic blue avatar style doll. So, why did we invite Lucy into our humble abode? Well, in an attempt to mitigate fairies'
Run, Lucy, run!
jealousy. Seafairi patently appears as the cutest human being in existence. But when jealousy strikes, she makes a hulkish transformation into a chaotic demon, the consequences of which can be quite dire. But I forgive her. I understand her biologically hardwired predilection.
When Tony Huge
Well,
commented
the girl is like, don't talk to me.
on the situation, he seemingly
Why did I come back to madness?
supported Connor, at least insofar as he strongly suggested that all of it was staged and somehow an act. Based on the involvement of Thailand's law enforcement, which, by the way, has the death penalty, I strongly doubt that they were all playing along and being puppeted by Connor's mastermind plans. Somehow, Connor didn't get locked up for a long time as a consequence, but ever since this incident, he hasn't made any major uploads to his channel, only occasionally uploading a YouTube short. Although
Well, what do I have news for you guys? And if you know, look at Connor Murphy's channel. Wait, where is it? Where is his channel? Connor Murphy Talks? No, where is it? Where is it? He just came back. 1 month ago. Fuck, where are his videos? Don't know how to do shit here. He is back! He was gone for 2 years.
The name's Mandibulus zygomitis. Maximilian Mandibulus zygomitis. I'm 7'6" with my horns and healing boosters, but you can call me Max for short.
For some reason, he now looks like a gay porn actor.
Because I'm a looks Max. I don't optimize my looks. I max them out. Here's how I looks Max to life. After I arise from my inverted slumber, which maximizes infraorbital lymphatic drainage, I insert my mastic gum and perform my morning set of facial hypertrophy and blood flow exercises. Then I migrate my fridge to bone smash. This creates a pain-induced negative.
I would say the 2 years of rest have helped him to finally become something. I think he got better.
Relationship with food for lean maxing. It hasn't grown my bones yet, but it does temporarily inflame my jaw tissues to provide me the acute illusion of bigger bones worth every smash. Then I meditate in affirmation max. The more I love myself, the lower my cortisol, the fewer my wrinkles, and the more I can love myself. I am visually arousing. Then I perform my daily cardio routine, Wim Hof breathing while pacing the local hospital corridors. This
You know what? I follow this routine now.
allows me to maintain chronic laryngitis for voice maxing. Then I credit Max, responsibly of course. No more than 85% of my income shall be spent on looks maxing. Today I maxed out my Amax for my upcoming triple jaw overlap surgery.
You know what? I believe it. I believe it. That's what he's going to do.
Of its kind, modeled after Neanderthal skulls and the crimson chin, I will have more bones in my face than any man in human history. I shall finally ascend from
Oh my god, it's animated, oh god.
true Adam. Too extreme for you, huh? Well, I'm a looks maxer, not a looks bouncer. I get it, I look like something Lance Armstrong would sit on, except I also look like I have nuts in my mouth. That was a testicular...
Videos AI could not recreate.
Cancer joke. As you can see, I'm neurodivergent. Accordingly, I couldn't care less about women. I just want to mog men. That's right, this head is exclusively dedicated to other men. Mog is verbified shorthand.
Is that an anus?
For AMOG, an acronym for alpha male of the group. That's me. Everyone else from subhuman to Chad Light is comparatively...
Sub 3? Sub 5? What are you? What level are you? Wait.
of the group. That's me. Everyone else from subhuman to Chad Light is
What are you? Sub 3? Sub 5? Low tier normie? Mid tier normie? High tier normie? Chad Light? Chad or 2 Adam?
comparatively a beta. There's no better feeling than the feeling of dominance, of being on top, and other men are on the bottom.
I'm sorry, honey, but you talk like a bottom. No one has to talk this much about being a top when they're truly a top.
It makes me feel humiliation. Humility. Because I didn't always brutally mog. As you can see by my transformation, I have ascended from a subhuman virgin to Chad, with a human body count that is indeed a positive integer, so
Looks like my mom, man.
only thanks to my revolutionary looks maxing routine. You may be
You know, if I wouldn't know that he's actually insane, I would think this is comedy. I would think this would be hilarious. The problem is, he is insane. It up a little bit more.
Was this transformation natural? Of course not. It would have been impossible without my performance-enhancing drug protocol.
Of course.
Each compound is exclusively administered interrectally with my BBE, Big Black Enema, for a smoother, more stable.
When satire and insanity mix. Exactly. It would be so funny if we didn't know who it was. Exactly. I don't think he's joking, that's the problem.
Pharmacokinetic curve. I used to be a drug addict. Now I responsibly limit each substance only once per week. Meth Monday.
Hey, instead of every 2 hours, he's now only doing it once. Oh, Meth Mondays. Love me my Meth Mondays.
To suppress my appetite and stimulate my metabolism for lean maxing. Cocaine Tuesdays to induce vasoconstriction that attenuates facial redness and puffiness. Heroin Wednesdays for stress reduction. The lower my cortisol, the slower my face ages. PCP Thursdays in order to maximally channel my inner alphaness.
Bro, that's some power maxing, that's some looks maxing that gets expensive.
And mogging abilities. Fentanyl Fridays to increase delta wave sleep and expedite the recovery process from bone smashing. MDMA Saturdays for an acute increase in my pupil to sclera ratio. And ketamine Sundays to help me dissociate from my body dysmorphia. That's right.
What? On Heroin Wednesdays we wear pink. I would think he was trolling, but for the fact that we saw he was doing drugs before this. That's the problem, you know, if this was just a random guy I didn't know, I would think this would be really funny. But the problem is... Hey, if you're not this guy, please join the Discord. We don't do drugs, we only talk nerd shit.
I just don't looks max, I looks max. In order to become the top looks maxer, I have ascended psychologically into the realm of self-awareness. I'm secure with my insecurities, so I can
Well, to be fair, you said that before.
mentally mock. Because let's be honest, looks maxers are on at least a couple different spectrums. You can't become an elite looks maxer without embracing your inner homosexuality. How else?
Damn it, I'm doing the gay thing for free. I don't even look smacks, I'm just doing the gay. Damn it.
Also, you're supposed to meticulously examine other men's faces and rate their attractiveness with pinpoint precision. See, I just don't out-alpha other men. I alpha-betize other men along with their face rating.
A true alpha doesn't have to talk this much about being an alpha. Fucking bottom.
Only one man that I've scored a perfect
fake alpha.
10 out of 10, and I'm conflicted whether I want his face or whether I want to use his face. No, it's not Sean O'Price, it's not David Gandhi, it's not Ermin Drago. It's a 22-year-old male model by the name of Gregory Douche. A powerful mandibular body, ideal gonial angle, rock solid ramus, deep set eyes, slightly positive.
The fact that he knows all these words means to me that he is, he's serious about this.
Canthal tilt, strong orbital rims with complementary zygomatic support, proportional facial thirds, immaculate hairline, supple lips, lean and muscular.
This guy's a power bottom, but definitely not an alpha anything. He is either a pillow princess or a power bottom.
Natural. If Fibonacci was around today, this is the archetype he would study. See, for us mortals, this look just isn't attainable naturally. For any chance of ascension, we must embrace unnatural protocols. Many looks maxers understand this. They get invasive and dangerous surgeries. They pharmaceutically manipulate their hormones to supraphysiological levels. They wear insoles to increase their apparent height. They dye their eyebrows. They use concealer under their eyes. They even wear shoulder pads to accentuate their apparent biochromial width. But it seems like I am the only one secure enough to wear lipstick.
Where? I do not see the lipstick.
Now, I understand I was once a
This is not lipstick. This is not lipstick, my guy. Where is the fancy purple lipstick? Where's your black lipstick?
Afraid to be gay, to feel sufficiently straight, I started off by kissing
Why do you say you're gay when you kiss a woman doll?
a female mannequin to acquire my lipstick.
Ah.
But now I'm confident
I don't think the doll is wearing real lipstick though.
enough to slather it all over my lips straight from the shaft. All it takes is one progressively more gay feat each week. I call it incremental homo expansion. This technique
Me every day when I goggle on my Hi Georg! Why do all these men have sex dolls? I swear they're alphas. Don't you know every alpha has a sex doll apparently?
It saved my life. I almost committed to limb-lengthening surgery until I was finally comfortable enough with my sexuality to wear high heels. I used to be a cow.
Lame. Those are too short for you. Your feet don't even fit them. Fake.
Now, for the love of Milana 10 too, I'm that mogger. How do I know I'm a mogger? Very simple. The halo effect, because my
Fake. No real mogger has to say they're a mogger. But hey, now he gets girls by wearing those horns.
face is sculpted like a Greek god statue. People assume I'm an angel. They only infer benevolent intentions, and I can get away with anything. So to reinforce that I'm a mogger, every day I accomplish at least one socially unacceptable feat without facing any repercussions. Chad
crazy
does what Chad wants, besides murder. Not that I couldn't fatally mog someone and get away with it, but because last time I almost had my nose broken. Not worth risking such
That looked like a herpes, not a nose broken.
valuable facial aesthetic. And of course, every day I coach other looks maxing coaches to aid in the ascension of thousands.
And coach looks maxing coaches. Again, it would be so funny if he wasn't insane. It would have been the ultimate parody if he wasn't actually insane and probably believes all that.
Of their subhuman clients. Essentially, I'm giving back by saving the world not just from their hideous looks, but from their mental health afflictions. Even when I was a high-tier normie, I was still incredibly mentally unstable.
What was that?
Mildly mentally unstable. But undoubtedly, I would become fully self-actualized when I'm maxed to true Adam status. I can say with certainty that when it comes to your happiness, your fulfillment, your mental health, only looks maxing matters. But elite looks maxing is about more than your feeble little mind could ever comprehend. So for your enlightenment,
I must be enlightened. Please enlighten me.
I'm feeling kind enough to allow you access to one of my most mogger exclusive authentic coaching calls for looks maxer coaching. I always start off with a face reveal for a dramatic contrast effect, and drop this silly mandibulious character and actually present my true authentic self.
What's smashing you, Father Moggers? Estrogenic has digitally spawned. Who's ready to mog?
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm excited. Yeah, so he's back. I'm sure he's doing fine. As you can see.
This is how you know that VidCon is probably on its last leg.
Jesus. Nicholas, no.
Dude.
Nicholas.
The names.
Yeah, so I will be excited what else we will see of Connor Murphy in the future. Like I said, this video has been uploaded a month ago. Since then, there's been nothing else. But I cannot wait. Psychopathic. What? Oh, download stream. I'm psychopathic. So yeah, that was the Momo's back stream. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I'm really happy that so many of you are still around. I haven't forgotten about me. And I will be back for another stream. I like the stream, exactly like the stream. Join the Discord. I will be back soon again. I will come back. Power Saturdays will be back. I don't know if I can do it tomorrow, but I will definitely be back. And maybe if people are interested, since we talked about it earlier, I might do a little thing in the Discord where we talk about X-Men lore. And you all can annoy me with whatever lore you love. Bro, I was still going. I missed you a week ago. See, I heard you. Would have sworn I had a song for the outro. How do I do shit? Fuck. forgot how to stream. Ah, there. Wait. I think I found it. And yeah, I will try to catch up on what's happening currently. If anything would interest you, you can tell me on the Discord. I forgot how to stream. Yes, I truly did. If there's anything going on that would interest you, you can just put it in the Discord. I will check it out. And with that, have a good night, you all. Don't go too wild. Don't do drugs. Don't do looks maxing. As you can see, this is how you end. And I will see you next time. Bye bye!